Oh.
All right. Wow. So welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show, everyone. We just came from a 3-hour live stream from Jay Hockey's channel, and we are just continuing that same live stream. So it's a continuation of that. We'll see how long this one goes. So
yeah. So as I was saying, Fabio is the
no, he's gonna gaslight me. So
no, I was just saying this is serious. You take the longest to recognize that like I'm like saying something stupid on purpose.
Yeah.
Like other people get that I'm joking immediately, but you're like no, that's not true, Cole.
No, absolutely. We're waiting on whatchamacallit, on echoes from above right now, but do the roar. Didn't get the email. Okay, wait.
Wow, nice one, dude. Oh, you sent it to his Gmail address, dude.
Hold on. Who did I send this to?
Did you send it? You sent it to his email.
Okay, can you resend it to him, Cole, by chance?
Yeah, sure.
Just see if it was just an error between our two emails. Because in the sent it says the email. I just copied and pasted. So just send it to his email and he'll get in here. But we're going to continue the conversation, of course, because JP's like, I closed out for the night. Now I'm back because he got the notification. But
right.
So for everyone joining and it wasn't on the previous live stream, we just came from a 3-hour live stream, and so we just continued it to have like I don't know how long this is going to be, but so this is quite literally a part 2 of the previous live stream, of course, with Cole. Okay. Well, no. Yeah, JP, go to bed. It's okay. Don't worry. You stuck with us for the whole 3 hours there, or not the whole 3 hours, however much.
Fabio, do the roar.
Roar. All right. So
Do the roar.
Do the roar. The roar. That one. All right. So, we can ask as I stated, we can get whatever kinds of questions and then we'll answer them here for you guys. But yeah, we're waiting on Echoes from above, and then he's going to join us. And Echo said he wanted to share some things on this live stream.
Dude, he's probably fucking with us. He's like, "Oh, guys, I want to join, but I'm not getting the email." Oh no.
He's like, no. I think he was excited to tell us some stuff. But yeah, I think that okay. So I want to address a little bit, perhaps about Cole. Did you say you were buying anything?
Well, I want to address how it's taking you 3 hours to drink 1 ounce of.
No, because I'm sipping it. I'm not.
Yeah,
like, I'm literally just sipping. I do it for the taste. I'm actually doing it for the taste. I actually like the taste of this one, but.
Okay, so publicly, I only buy index funds, but privately, I'm once again losing money on options, Fabio. There he is.
There we go.
It had the delay. So you heard Cole's thing. All right. Let me make us look like this because it looks better. But
yeah, there you go.
So privately, Cole, you said you were buying, because this is not public at all. No one's going to see this whatsoever.
Sure,
It's not going to be on the internet forever. So you were telling us that you were buying options and not investing in index.
Well, I don't buy options. I sell them. But anyway, yeah, I think I've made my last non-index investment of my life. Because I've been reading so many books lately. I've had a lot of life-changing experiences this week. But yes, I sold. Oh God, man! If it was anyone except Fabio on the stream, I'd just say it. But I'm just waiting for Fabio to be like, "Yeah, so you're a dumbass, Cole." And anyway, so I sold.
No judging here.
I sold a call spread on Exxon because I was like, okay, it's gone up. It's had a big run up. I think it's just gonna have like a slight. I did some technical analysis and stuff, and I was like, yeah, it'll probably correct back a bit. But it's kept going up. So right now it's not bad, but it's not good either. Basically, okay. I need Exxon to fall below $95 before July 1st.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
97. So.
What's it at right now?
It's at 97. It was at like 90. It was at like 92 when I opened it.
Damn, son.
Okay. So you needed to go down there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it does for your sake. And
dude, if I had sold the Ally, so I lost like $400 on Ally, and if I had been just 1 week farther out, it would have been completely out the money. I would have made all my money because Ally's at like 42 or 43 now.
Yeah. I would say that regardless, again, hope that happens. I got a kind of a comment here from Andrew Marshall. Are you referring to oil and gas? ONG, oil and gas, is trading a forward P of about 9.5 versus historical average. Guys, by the way, my live streams are going to be pretty technical. Echoes, you've been on the live streams here and there. You see the questions and same with you, Cole. So
yeah, what's up?
So sorry.
Technical. Yeah, and I've told you this plenty of times. It's good to see a YouTuber who actually knows what the heck he's talking about. So bravo for that, and I understand why people have these questions.
Yeah, thanks, Fabio.
I'm glad they ask you and not some of these other clowns who don't know anything.
Yeah, and I'm a very famous for only answering questions with super chats next to them.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Right.
If you don't pay me $10, I'm not going to answer your question, because that's definitely how Capital Mindset operates. But
send that money.
Send that money. But yeah, okay. So oil and gas. You see, with that point, I'll just address that. When commodities look cheap, they're actually expensive. When they look expensive, they're actually cheap. It's usually like how those things work. But because the market isn't that completely. Oh,
hold on. Your favorite person is here. I'm surprised he showed up. I had to cut you off real quick. I can't believe he's here.
Oh no, I'm telling you, I find the most entertainment from those. But no, BP is always welcome here. He can always say whatever he wants, because there's nothing to really. Well, I don't know. Like, BP, give us something more. Yeah, because that's a kind of a classic thing, he says.
Yeah, my bad. You could go back to the oil and gas thing though. You were elaborating on that.
No, but usually when they're cheap, it's usually because they're actually expensive on a forward basis, because the market isn't that completely idiotic, where it's like, oh, it's just like, I don't want to buy oil, it's looking cheap here. The market's trying to tell you something in that regard. So where do we find the previous live stream? On Jay Nagi's channel. So Jay Nagi's the individual who we go on live streams with on Strongman's channel. So 3 hours of just us bantering. There's a lot that we go into. Echoes said he wanted to share some things with us that I'm excited to, not to put all the pressure on you.
No, you're good. I forgot. I mean, we were talking. We were having a great conversation on the last stream.
Did you turn your gain up on your mic in between streams?
Yeah, you're right. It does sound weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It does. Hold on. Wait. Is it better?
Yes.
I think it's better now. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. You're right. I did. Yeah, I just wanted to carry over what we were talking about on the last stream. I forgot we left off with, but I think we were talking about like the grifters and something. I forgot now, but it was just a great conversation.
Yeah, when do we ever talk about grifters? I just want to say real quick. I don't when I do some option plays, it's just because I'm bored, which it's kind of like, it's almost like how strongman chews tobacco. It's like I'm trying to stop. So. Is that
actually like your thing, that your guilty pleasure?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My guilty pleasure is doing some option plays. But yeah, so I saw. Look, this is the extent, because it's just for fun, and one, I'm gonna try to stop. But my sole thought process I put into it is, I was like, okay, Exxon, in like 2 weeks, it ran up like 15%. So that's a lot, and so that's the extent of the thought I put into it. I don't do any kind of fancy analysis or anything. But I don't put in more money than I can afford to lose, is what I tell myself, even though it's not true.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'd probably just try to learn it. I mean, you can make a decent amount, or actually a lot of money from options, if you just really understand it.
I was just listening to a podcast today with this guy who was talking about it. It's like sometime in the 60s. It was a while ago. But basically, talking about Berkshire, he was talking about Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett. The offer was you could either keep your shares or he would buy you out for $12 a share. And a lot of the other partners like sold their shares for $12 a share, and now it's at like 500,000. So,
oh yeah, when he like, I forgot what he did, but I know what you're talking about.
We still got some audio issues from
there's some, I don't know
what again.
Yeah.
Right now.
Maybe go to your settings on if you go to your settings on StreamYard, maybe it picked up the wrong mic on the audio.
Yeah, it gets crackly.
That is so weird.
Or maybe a wire's loose.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like it is. It must be like a wire.
Yo.
Check on the PC plugin. We actually had that conversation, Nick. Your question about unfortunate events that should Charlie Munger pass. We talked about Warren Buffett as well. I think that the consensus was that there might be a sort of sell-off, right? And we varied on our perspective confidence on Todd and Ted to kind of keep it going. But yeah.
Yeah, I would never invest in somebody named Todd or Ted. Like that just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
How we looking now?
Oh,
It's
it's
quieter,
quiet,
but it's still the crackling for some reason. I don't know why.
That is so weird.
do you want to
It's still the crackling.
yeah, it's very crackly actually. Do
Wow.
you want to did you unplug it and plug it back in?
Yes.
So some people
hear it.
So some people would say, "Oh, fixing mic issues isn't investing," but investing is boring. So it's these times where you get to actually make a fun little podcast. So welcome back to.
You just took over.
Welcome back to information. What's IT stand for? Information technology or something?
Yeah.
Welcome back to information technology with Fabio Capital Mindset. Today we're going to be showing you how to fix your audio on StreamYards. Welcome back to another one. Fabio, tell us what we're doing today.
Apparently the stream got taken over and now we're fixing the mic. But start talking now, Echoes.
It should work now.
Oh, yep, there it is. It's
Okay,
working
there we
now.
go. Jeez.
Okay, I'll tell you in like 30 seconds when it stops working.
Okay, cool.
So wait,
No, sounds
so
good.
all our viewers want to know, because this is an IT stream, all the viewers want to know, how do they fix that problem if it happens to them? What'd you do?
You unplug it and you plug it back in.
Yeah, it definitely was a connection thing. Because usually when microphones get crackly, it's what it is.
I'm actually in the market for a microphone. Maybe you guys, I would prefer to not have a USB mic. So what do you guys know?
The fact that me and Cole have the same mic is hilarious.
That's the most popular one, I'm pretty sure, among YouTubers.
No, get a Rode mic and then a Focusrite audio box.
This is genuinely a question I've been dying to know.
Mm-hmm.
I see the giant arm that your mic is connected to.
A Rode arm. Yeah.
What is the other side of that? Where does that end?
Oh no, it's connected to I have a big desk.
So I have to have some big desk for that to work?
No, you don't have to have it. You just have to have it at a decent distance. I mean, I could actually put the start of this right next to me and I just could have it more bendy. But in order so I can set it up like this, because I can have it fully laying down, and then you can see it just comes up, and then you don't see the rest of it.
If I buy that, do I have to buy something extra to connect it to, or
No. It literally has this thing where the desk I have.
Is it something you can show? I just basically want to see what it looks like off camera.
I can't move the camera too much.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. But is it
okay, it's literally, if you look up the Rode mic arm, you can see that it has this thing that it has two things. You could actually put it into sometimes these holes that tables come with, and then you can have it coming out of there, or you can have it attached to the edge of the table, and then there's something that you kind of rotate and it presses up against it. I recommend, if you're going to do that, put something like a cushion to protect the bottom of the table, because you could crush and break the table.
Oh, yeah, this looks complicated.
No, it's super easy to set up. It's like the easiest thing to set up.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not.
And so this is not cheaping out on an arm. There's 3 competitors that are on the higher end of the mic arms. And this one's really good because it can really hold the mic at pretty much any angle I really desire.
Okay.
And
what price point am I looking at?
This is about, I don't know, $100 something bucks.
Okay, I would spend that to have good sound quality.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. No, not the total. I'm so sorry. No, that's just the arm.
Oh, well, fuck you then. God damn.
No, we're talking $100 for the arm, $100 something for the music box.
Oh god.
More. There are music boxes that are very expensive, and then microphone can vary in expensive. I forgot how much this one is. This one's maybe $100 or slightly less than $100, maybe slightly more than $100. So in totality, at minimum, 300-ish bucks. Okay. And then you got to have the proper setup with it. Oh, the audio box is pretty important. This I'm going to be upgrading pretty soon, I guess. And then getting one that can make it sound a little bit better. But the music box is another thing I'm going to upgrade. And then the last thing, I guess, because this camera is fine, it does the job. My only complaint is, if I have the blinds open even slightly, this camera hates messing with the light, and it makes me look yellow. So if I'm filming and I look yellow, it's because I'm filming during the daytime and some of the light is coming in, and this camera just hates it. It likes absolute darkness and the lights, you know.
But your mic thing is easier to set up, like including your little box or whatever you're talking
Yeah,
about.
after you install the drivers and all that.
Oh God.
You got to be kind of like, okay, like there's technology these days. You still got to understand how to, you know, set up drivers.
I just plug this into my computer.
Honestly, everything you said sounded pretty easy, Cole.
Yeah.
No, the moment somebody says drivers, I give up.
No, you go on the website, you pick the exact model of the audio box that you bought, and then you install this. You install the software to your computer, and then you install the drivers, and you set up. You can do in the settings. You set it up a little bit, and you're good to go. And then there's also the software that you're utilizing, because, for example, StreamYard is kind of but we use it because it's easy for us to connect here. So I have all three of you here, and it's all well and good. There is a time limit, but then I don't use this now for my normal streams because I've actually figured out how to have the comments and everything on it and connect it with a widget. But no, it's pretty good.
Yeah, what happened to people connecting in real life? What's with these kids nowadays
I don't see
and all
humans
these video cameras?
Well, that's why I went to the Springs today, so I can connect with nature. All right. We got a question here because I guess I'll ask this to everyone here. What option plays do you use? Just cash secured puts, covered calls, or do you use leap call options? I'll say for myself first, and you guys can share too. I use leap calls occasionally. I primarily love using covered calls and cash secured puts. So technically all three. It just depends on, you know, the scenario that we're in. I've already talked about and shared with everyone 2 scenarios at least. I don't usually share my options trades out of an abundance of responsibility and caution. Also because it's less, I guess, applicable to people if to do cash secured puts and covered calls occasionally. But for the most part, in principle, the at least the 2 videos I have out can do, I guess, a okay job at you know, kind of showing this or strategizing how one would do it, because it's all on you. You can put yourself in the quote unquote win-win situation. So now I'll leave it off to you guys to answer.
All right, Echoes, you're up.
I like cash secured puts.
Oh God,
it's doing it again.
What'd you say?
You're crackling.
It's crackling.
Oh my God.
Dude, that does not still have alcohol in it. You're fucking with this, Fabio.
Yeah, it does. No, I told you, I'm sipping this thing.
How are we looking now?
Still crackling.
Crackling.
Yeah, there must be a short.
Could it be a connection thing at all?
He said the word shorts. That means he's shorting the stock of Twitter.
Could it be an internet thing at all, or
no? Oh, I also use Ethernet internet. So then I have because in the very beginning I didn't, and there was sometimes some connection issues, because remember that this computer would like to, for some reason, connect to the internet on the other side of the house, and so
I also have, my house is also so big I have multiple routers that it.
No, I'm trying to be serious. There's a point. So now I just use an Ethernet, so then there's no complications, and an Ethernet does make it extremely quick and convenient, so that I can film and upload pretty quickly and then continue working at the same time. So then it's like
it should work now.
Nope,
it's still crackling, unfortunately.
We can
just push through it.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyway, but Fabio, so when you see like a homeless guy like walking through your 100-acre terrace, do you like just shoot them on the spot, or what do you do with them?
Send the dog. No, I'm kidding. No, it's still crackling.
I guess so. We tried our unplug and plug back in thing, I assume.
It has to try unplugging and plugging back in from both ends, because it's usually the crackling is usually because of that.
Yeah, I know a girl who does both ends.
Oh God. So Nick Loro, sorry, I was reading this question because Nick Loro, it's not something that I personally even knew before. I have someone who helps me out with the setup, and they were very kind to do it just completely for free for me. But basically that's how they kind of explain it. I'm making it sound simpler than it is, because there's certain things you can do depending on the more expensive audio boxes. So technically this audio box is just the pretty basic one, but there's some that are better, right? And I'd have to ask them, because I'm not the subject matter expert on that.
How are we looking now?
No.
Better?
No.
Jesus, what does this sound like?
Do you want to maybe?
Well,
This is probably not going to do it, but do you want to close StreamYard and open it back up? I don't think that's
try rejoining and see. It might be a StreamYard thing. So try rejoining StreamYard, and then I'll let you right back in the room. If not, we'll just push through it, and we'll just push to the end. And I apologize to everyone, but we'll just answer questions as they come up.
We'll just push straight through it. Is what Fabio said about his wife's hymen on their wedding night.
Oh my god!
I don't even know.
So, do I play golf? I do not play golf. No, I do not. Not yet. I'm not.
Yeah, not yet. I mean, yeah.
My good friend, you guys remember Austin? He has a decently famous father.
Yeah, they kind of own
golf.
a country club. You might have heard of it.
No, they do not own a country club, but he's heavily involved in golf. I'll say that.
Yeah, you prefer polo, right?
No, you're just trying to troll now.
Yeah. Who the fuck invented polo?
It's a fun sport, man. I don't
ride a horse and hit a little ball with it. What do you even call the thing you hit it with? A club?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, here we go. We're back. So speak, talk.
I can't even hear you guys.
Oh,
okay.
yes,
so it's working
good.
now.
It is good.
Crazy.
Wow, it sounds like a radio voice there.
But I bet 5 minutes from now.
No, it sounds like a radio voice there. So really good. All right.
Okay, so we're good.
So what'd you do in the minute?
So we're good, right?
Yes, we're good at the moment. Yeah.
There's this one cord I unplug and it just works. It's literally the
Maybe you have
ultimate
a
cord.
faulty. It's kind of loose, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, you should think about getting a mic arm. I've actually been looking into them right now.
Yeah, you might be right at this point.
Well, just all upgrade at once.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through to see if I have any questions. If you guys see any questions, also just bring them up. Oh, also, don't worry about you can also identify troll comments if they exist, because I enjoy those too.
Oh, I never got to it. That's right. We were talking about options.
Yeah. What was the options question? Then we can get on to other questions.
What kind of option plays do y'all like?
Yeah, it's already.
Yeah, we talked a little bit, and I said I basically do cash secured puts, and if I do short stocks, then I will do an actual put option, and that's really it. But I generally don't do options that often. I like cash secured puts because you can essentially get a stock that you like at a cheaper price sometimes if it works out. But
if it doesn't work out, you get your premium. So
yeah.
Yeah,
cash secured puts are like a cheat code. They're pretty incredible.
They
can be.
Let me balance it out, and I'll say that in the scenario that could be bad if anyone's listening and they're new to options. The bad scenario is you get let's say you did it for a strike price of $50. Sorry, and the stock goes to $10, right? Well, you're forced to buy it for 50, and you're like, oh well, crap! Now I own it for 10. Well,
but theoretically, you'd be selling cash secured put in the case where you were going to buy the stock anyway. So
yeah,
you would have bought it at 53.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you're doing those moves, you have to be putting yourself in the quote unquote win-win situation.
Mm-hmm.
In that you're absolutely right. The understanding is you should be putting yourself in a position where you would have otherwise bought it, so you're okay with it. Yeah. So it shouldn't.
Meanwhile, I'm about to come slam dunk on Fabio over here.
Go.
No, never. I don't have any data to back it up or anything. But the one option play I hate more than anything is selling covered calls. I would never in a million years agree to sell a stock that I love. Now maybe you do it when you're trying to exit a position. I could see that.
I was about to tell you that.
Yeah. So in which case I'm not slam dunking on him at all. But yes, I don't. Some people are like, yeah, I buy SPY for my retirement, and I sell covered calls on it to make extra premium. It sounds like a bad idea.
So I don't blame you guys if you haven't seen the video, but the one about Unum, which I did sell covered calls on.
Mm-hmm. I did listen to you mention that you sold covered calls.
Yeah, I sold some covered calls, not on the entire position, but on a okay portion of it. And why did I do that? Well, the idea or why I expressed that I did it is because I'm content with the return thus far, and I'm okay with selling it at the strike price, which I think the strike price is at $37. It might actually hit that by next month, by the way. If it does, great. I can realize that profit. And if it doesn't, great. I'm okay with holding the shares and keeping the premium. You see, I'm in a win-win situation. I'm okay with either scenario. I've come to that terms. You should never engage in these strategies, including the cash secured puts, unless you are okay with both occurring. With cash secured puts, you have to be okay with the fact that the stock price might go below your strike, and you're going to be kicking yourself for doing that. Because like Paul from Everything Money, we were talking about some spice from Everything Money. Because I saw a quick question. I'm not trying to skip anyone's question, but I saw a question of where's Jay Nagy. We did a 3-hour live stream with him on his channel. You can check that one out. This is a continuation because we're absolutely insane, and my wife is going to absolutely murder me. Okay, so did you? I see questions up here. Short the strip clubs? No, don't short the strip clubs. I don't know. That's like Rick or whatever that company's called. And Excellent Cole CEO, Echo Wave is a woman. Are you more interested in the company now?
I don't know what Echo Wave is.
Okay, well then you're uneducated.
But yeah,
next thing.
Yeah, so basically somebody asked what makes a put cash secured. So cash secured put is when you sell a put, which means you're required to buy it if the option is exercised, and I assume most or all brokerages are going to require you to have collateral in order to buy the shares. So if you as Fabio said earlier, if you sell a put at $50, you're going to put up $5,000 as collateral. That way you can purchase it when the option is executed.
Okay.
Fabio wants to correct anything there.
No. You did a fair enough job. This is not a live stream that we're going to dedicate to puts. So
this is what he
his
says.
father is not Trump. And then we got BP. So what is your experience? This is to show, everyone's comment is shown. So what is your experience in the financial industry, Fabio? What is your track record since 2015? Why should we listen to you? Well, BP, I'll say that you have, it's completely your choice to listen or not listen to. The experience within the financial industry, you'd have to kind of clarify that question. You asking if I worked for a bank? Well, the answer is no. I never held employment at a bank. Cole, you work for a bank, right?
Wow, this is the most political answer I've ever heard. Got to answer the question. Yes, I work for a financial institution.
So, particularly since 2015, what is your track record since 2015? Fortunately, that's not sharing that, but yeah, let's just say, okay, if it was bad, you don't have to listen to me. There's nothing stopping you. In fact, this is just the pastime. The YouTube is just the pastime. So, okay, but to answer your question, like in a serious way, I'll stop trolling. All right. So I've already discussed a little bit about what it is that I do. I haven't discussed entirely. I think I told Cole knows in private. I haven't told Echoes in private, but I'll tell you after if you're curious. But I'm changing employments in about July. And so, but you see, like if I say that, that's argument from authority. Like telling you that I'm working for them doesn't provide any sort of credence as to I'm right. So that's why I usually find your questions about this BP rather silly. And in fact, if anyone is hiding behind an argument from authority answer, right, I'd question them a little bit. But of course, I will be saying it, but I want to be very clear. And the reason why I'm phrasing it this way first is when I eventually do that video, everyone who's watching here, you need to understand that doesn't make me more correct or less correct about anything I say.
Yeah, Fabio, you just got called out, dude.
What with regards to what?
BP
more?
said you didn't answer the question. Do you have experience in the financial industry?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, but I don't have any sort of licenses at the present moment in time. So see, like the question is multifaceted. Oh no, yeah, ha ha ha. No, but the question is multifaceted because you can't just say like, okay, what do you mean by that? Are you asking if I hold a license? Do I have a CFA? No, I'm not licensed to give financial advice, nor do I. Do I have a CPA? Not at the present moment. No, I do not. Do I have a CFA as like an analyst position? No, I do not as well. So yeah, don't hold any of those credentials. I don't have a Series 7 because I don't sell products, right? I don't sell any of those products. I have a friend who does. That doesn't mean actually necessarily that he knows more. My closest friend from childhood, he is a financial advisor right now. And we have discussions here and there because, we know Chris's opinion about financial advisors and I kind of troll him about it, but we're like really close friends. We can say whatever to each other. So, but you guys, Cole, be BP's representative and kind of put me to task if I don't answer his questions.
Yeah, well, you answered if you had experience, but his comment clearly said experience. So.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, is my mic working?
Well,
It's doing it again.
it's loud again.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not staticky, but it was kind of loud.
Okay, how do we?
Box, by the way, next. I don't want to.
How are we looking now?
Oh shit! Fuck.
Jesus. Yeah, I fixed this.
Yeah, we need a new mic. Now, I mean, check your. Have you clicked the settings on StreamYard real quick and gone to audio? Do you have like maybe it's the wrong mic?
That's crazy that this thing really does this. What do you go to in audio?
Trying to see it.
I just
settings,
see
audio,
echo
mic.
cancellation, and automatically adjust mic volume. That's all I see.
Well, basically, do you see where it says mic at the very top of audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does that look like the right mic to you?
Yeah, Yeti stereo microphone. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe it was like your webcam mic or something. No,
That's so weird. So you're saying it's
right.
being weird?
Yeah.
Well, Chris, don't worry.
Wow.
We answer all questions everywhere. You must have a FINRA Series 7, 63, 65, or 66. So that's actually, yeah, my friend actually has, I think, 7, 63, and 6. I don't know if he has one of those. One of those makes the other ones redundant. I forget which one, or maybe I'm confusing another one. But the point is, I don't hold any of these licenses.
Yeah, Fabio was telling me he has a Series 69.
Yes, and in claiming to have one and then doing is very, very, very legal, by the way. But so this question, I'm trying to find any questions, by the way.
Yo.
Static.
Static still. I don't know why. But yeah, Chris, no, it's because of a policy. I just answer everyone's questions.
Yeah, you should stop that.
No. That I tell everyone, I invite everyone. If they have any
okay, well then don't
stream.
spend 5 minutes on BP then if you're gonna answer.
Okay, the valid criticism, and I get that a lot. It's just a kind of a point.
Also, here's valid criticism, or at least maybe not even criticism, but pushback.
Is it like you now?
I don't say it. Talk again.
God,
it's still doing it.
I really want to respond to BP and answer.
You just push through it. We'll push through it. It's whatever. You know, we can hear you and understand you.
Right, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let Cole speak.
I think it's funny though, so like don't feel bad or anything.
No, it's kind of making me mad. Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it seems like Fabio, what is the difference between? This is not necessarily like even trying to have a debate or an argument or anything. What is the difference between an argument from authority and just I want to watch videos from someone who actually has experience and not some regular Joe.
Oh, well, no. If that's the question about experience, okay, so then let's like define experience. Because my friend who he's licensed, but he's only recently licensed, as in within the past year or so. Okay, so then which of us is qualified in that regard? Well, that then comes from, I guess, a different perspective. Okay, because I can tell you, doesn't necessarily do that kind of analysis per se. In fact, sales or financial advisors are a lot of times salespeople. They're trying to sell you. They don't even actually manage the portfolios themselves. Occasionally, they, depending on where they work, they might be or they might not be. They might actually just be the salesperson. So in regards to personal experience, it's within a private firm that uses its capital to, and that's what I'm compensated to do.
Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway.
No, not Berkshire Hathaway.
How are we looking now?
It's better. You see, now we're back.
Oh, you took the headset off.
I took the headphones out. Let's see if that works. Thank you.
It might be that. It actually might be something that's interfering between the two.
Was it Julius that said that? I don't know who said it, but thank you.
Oh, hold on. There's a slight.
Oh no.
There's a slight static to it.
It's a slight, but actually, it might be interference between the two devices. So it is better now. So say what you wanted to say. By the way,
say Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
No, don't do that. Just answer.
Okay, how are we looking now?
It's better.
It is better.
It's a lot better. So you can hear it, but it's because it's like only in the beginning and when you stop talking. In the middle of you talking, it's not a problem.
Okay, well at least it's better.
Because it's like only in the beginning.
So go ahead and say what you wanted to say before we continue with the questions.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is, I mean it's good that you respond to everybody. That's good, but I think BP is a clear hater. And I don't think anything you say is going to impress him. I think he just downright doesn't like you. And what I would say to BP is, I don't even think the credentials that Fabio has really matters, in my opinion. I think it's more than clear that he knows what he's talking about, and I just I could just leave it at that. I don't even think you have to even go as far as you went, Fabio. I think you could have literally said, you know, if you don't like my content, you don't agree, then fine, just go somewhere else. But there's a bunch of people in here who like what I have to say, and just leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Which BP is Mike Stathis, by the way. Mike.
I don't think he is.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. But as far as the questions go, because I do think that other people might have those particular questions. So I'll address. Like if he was asking like something about like Venezuela stuff, it's like kind of he goes a little bit off the deep end there, where I don't really entertain it that much. But I think, by the way, BP, you're very funny. Like, no, legitimately, I think you're funny. So don't worry. No animosity towards you whatsoever.
Funny like an orphan without arms.
No. Like genuinely, like funny personality, where it's like, you know, that uncle over there that, you know, does the little thing, and we go,
Echo, you just got called a grifter by BP.
But yeah, and so I'm just kind of scrolling through questions. Okay, so apparently no one asked questions, and then another BP question about Wall Street.
Let me respond.
Go for it.
Let me respond to them. What did he say?
He said, I'm not a hater, Echo, and credentials and experience matter a lot when it comes to properly analyzing stocks. But you're a grifter, Echo.
That's the comment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that. There are some people, even on YouTube, that there are some people even here on YouTube who are really good at analyzing stocks. I don't think you necessarily need credentials. I mean, I don't know what he means by credentials. If he's saying in the finance industry, I'm not so sure I necessarily agree with that. Fake Alias said, heard it here first. Echoes is a grifter. Yeah, I don't know how I'm a grifter. Can you explain, BP, how exactly I'm a grifter?
Well, Mike Stathis says if you run ads on your YouTube channel, you're a grifter. So, I don't know if you do.
Well, is that what you're trying to say too, BP? Because I would love to dismantle the idiocy behind that. Because I don't think you know what a grifter is to even say something like that.
I'm just scrolling through, by the way, to see if find any questions, because again, I like to pull up the questions and just bring up. But yeah, you guys. So there was two particular questions that I don't know if I made it clear enough. That
yeah. So basically, BP just admitted that he's Mike, literally just now. Like you just gave it away, bro. You just gave it away because Cole literally just said that that's what Mike says, is that if you run ads on your videos, you're a grifter, and then BP just agreed with him. So I'm calling Mike from now on.
That's the literal exact opposite of grifter in my mind, because to me,
Yeah,
a
it's not
grifter
grifting.
is someone who extracts value from their viewers, whereas the whole point of running ads is that you can make free content for your viewers and get value from outside sources. Like these dumbasses really think my viewers go and download Raid Shadow Legends. They're not.
Yeah, no, and I tell everyone, actually, you should make it as a matter of like for any creator. If you enjoy a creator's content and a scam comes on, watch the scam fully to the end, hurt them, make them pay your creator money, and then just click engage with the ad as much as possible, and then just like so, because if you can identify those scams, just like drain them, make it so that it appears as though you're engaging, but you're obviously not. You know, it's a scam, and you're not doing that.
I'm pretty sure you only need to watch 30 seconds of the ad. So like if you get like some 5-minute long bullshit.
No. I'm saying do the most, look it up, what it causes, what triggers the payment, and then you're basically doing a support where you're not paying any money to the creator you like, and you're supporting them while at the same time taking money out of the pocket of the scammer and just putting it into them. And there you go. Also into Google's pocket, but you know, neither here or there.
People really like misunderstand what the word "I don't care" means, because I made this video saying I don't care whether a company pays a dividend or not, and people are like, as this
Even
Dan Weston here said, he said, "Why are you hating on dividend stocks?" No, I said I don't care. So if they pay a dividend, I'm not anti-dividend at all. I don't consider it when looking at a stock.
Yeah, I kind of remember we had, but we text back before. I
Yeah,
understand what you meant now.
Fabio sent me. He photoshopped a dunce hat on my head and
No, I did not.
messaged it.
You were yeah, you are no.
Echoes.
So-
Why did you block Gil Rodriguez?
Oh, we got another question. Where is it?
You
Oh,
got
it's a super chat too.
Yeah.
Up. We don't do that here. We don't do that on this live stream. We don't do that
he
on this
hates
live
me
stream.
so much. This guy donated money to say what he had to say. Well, Gil, I unblocked you yesterday, and I unblocked all of the people who spread lies on my channel about what I do. And I actually did a debate live stream where anybody could come on and we could debate. So everything that I see you saying in the chat, I already addressed yesterday, to be honest. Like, we already went over it. So for you to say he can't own up to it, that's not true. Everything that I've done in the past on my channel, or whatever issues you all have with me, I have addressed it. And I will leave it at that, unless there's something else you'd like me to say. I mean, you're free to say what you want to say, and I'll respond to it. But you're saying here, Echoes was telling people not to buy stocks. That's not true. I've never told anybody to do anything on my channel. I've only said what I'm doing. While the market is recovering, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Telling people not. Oh, I remember your comment. Your comment was stupid. You basically said that because the market was rallying this past week, you basically said that it was dumb for me to say that you basically said that it was dumb for me to spread my opinion that I'm still not buying stocks right now. But you're making a big mistake, because I never told anybody not to buy stocks. I just said that I'm holding cash. And yes, I do still think that the market is going to crash. So I don't know if you have anything else. He said I'm going to make a channel and destroy you. Please do. You're going to get cooked.
That would be
You're
how
going against the wrong person. I'm not the one to do that. Have you not seen how bad I trash me, Kevin? I'm going to troll you to oblivion.
How many echoes? How many echoes? How many levels of meta are we on at this point? If like Kevin and Jeremy and them started YouTube channels, and then there's us that like call out those channels, and then now there's new channels calling us out. Like, how many level? When are the channels calling those people out at that point? There's just gonna be channels upon channels of calling people out.
You spelled channel wrong, Gil.
Yeah. Well, he did capitalize it, so he might have meant Chanel. So. Fabio, you said something that I 100% agreed with on the last stream over on Jay Nagi's channel. So I don't think people, especially younger people, should be in like dividend paying stocks like J&J and stuff, earning like 4% a year or something. But I will say, and you mentioned something like this, the people who do dividend investing, I mean, I see that they save like 50% of their income because they love the dividends so much that they go all out about investing, and which leaves them way better off than somebody who like puts 5% of their income into an index fund because they're so enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, that's usually my perspective on things. It's not like dividend investing is bad or anything like that. Absolutely not. And there was a comment addressed to you, Cole, about you hating on like dividend stocks. I think it was
I responded.
But I think it was more like tongue in cheek. Just at a quick disclaimer, BP, refrain from ad hominem attacks, or I will have to act. So no ad hominem attacks whatsoever. I saw that one.
Yeah, I see.
Those are not. Those are not. Those are. Okay. The rule is ad hominem attacks can only be directed towards capital mindset, never towards guests.
That's not even an ad hominem so much as just racist.
Any verbal insult towards any individual on the channel not going to be tolerated. So please refrain from doing that. That would be only warning that I give. And what I'll do is, again, I'll ban you from this discussion, and then I will unban you because I don't really care.
Yeah, but
ad hominem attacks can be towards me. You can do as many.
He's going to make a.
Okay, BP, that's just not true. This is what I'm saying. This is the reason why Gil got blocked. If you lie, you get blocked on my channel. You said the same attacks Echoes throws at people, Fabio. Show me any proof where I've done any of those type of attacks on anybody. I've never done that. I never go that far. That's ridiculous. So
yeah. Meanwhile, that's how these people always act. Is like Mike Stathis. He's like, oh, Mike Stathis is. He's like, oh, I've been banned by all major media because they don't want to. know the truth about the market. Meanwhile, it's because they're just like spreading racist nonsense.
Yeah, BP's a little crazy. Now he's saying, "Oh, now you want to pull the race card? What a pansy." Okay, it's not the race card, dude. What you said was
Why
downright racist.
why did we go to Fabio's channel, but everyone is hating on Echoes?
I don't know.
I get a lot of hate because I go so hard at the grifters, so a lot of people don't like me for it. A lot of them are just like probably fanboys. I don't know. It's weird. But I agree. Let Fabio enjoy his channel with us and take your hate to my channel if that's what you want to do. I agree.
And on this channel, please direct ad hominem. You can have criticisms, and I'll have to allow criticisms without attacks on personal character, stuff like that, or especially that stuff, guys, please, is allowed. I'll allow it, and we can have a conversation about it. But ad hominem attacks towards me is completely fine. You guys can say like I'm a whatever. Okay, I don't really care.
Fun fact: Fabio gets a little boner every time he mentions a logical fallacy.
I do actually. I do. I love.
They are going nuts on me. Okay, I'll just respond one at a time, I guess. Gil, we can debate whenever. I had a live stream yesterday. You were unblocked. You were free to come on there. As a matter of fact, a lot of people that don't like my channel actually came on there and debated me, and some of those people were cool now, I guess. Like you're free to come on and debate. In terms of you saying I'm an idiot and you don't like my content, I have no problem with you saying that. If you feel that way, then just don't watch the channel. It's not a big deal. In terms of BP says, Echo, what did I say that is racist? You basically said that I'm collecting food stamps, which everybody knows is a racial stereotype. Like, there's no doubt about it. So that's racist, BP. But that's the last time I'm going to address that. Let's
pull up Nick's comment. It was
wait, hold on. When the super chats come in, I have to respect the super and then we're going to go to the question because I saw that there were some questions on.
Nick had a real question.
Okay, where's Nick's question?
It's like a big paragraph right before the I'm out.
I saw that one already. I pulled that one up. Yeah, I pulled it up. So it's right before the strip club.
Yeah, right before the strip club.
It's Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
By the way, you all of us have to be watching out the questions, and I apologize sincerely if I miss your question. Just re-ask the question, and I'll get to it.
You don't have to cry about it.
No. I was almost in the middle of burping. So I have an idea and don't know if it's stupid or not. Can you please rate how stupid it is? Sure thing. Instead of holding cash in this market, your whole cash position are.
It sounds stupid just from that sounds overly complicated to me. I don't know why you wouldn't just hold cash.
Whoa. So 70% long and 30% short. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes. Yeah. Which
okay.
I think he's saying his entire cash position is shorts. So he's shorting some stuff.
Basically, instead of cash, he buys Sark. We'll give an actual example.
Okay. Usually, what people will do is they have their long positions, and what they do is they sacrifice the potential gains on the longs, and they will purchase some puts. They'll regularly do so, and then they'll do like some sort of cycle through purchasing puts. So it's like an insurance, right? Because that's what puts, at the end of the day, functionally what they do. Because a put, if intended to be used, is a form of insurance. It's basically securing a buyer on your shares. That's more what people traditionally have done.
I thought they invented it to make money on Tattooed Chef.
Yeah, 100%. So people who trade puts is a wholly different thing. But people who purchase puts to then use said puts, that's what the financial product was actually intended for. Okay, but then by how naturally it would evolve to, we do trade puts here and there. When I say we, as in people trade puts. So usually what people do, if instead of doing that, they might buy puts either to sell them put, and then I would call them, puts held for sale, or they buy the puts to actually utilize the puts if they have a very massive portfolio. And in that sense, you can actually sell the shares that you hold at a secured price with a prospective buyer. So hopefully that answers your question.
But buying a put, what is the expected value of buying a put?
What do you mean by that?
Exactly. Well, I guess according to what Black Scholes would recommend, or basically, I'm saying you would expect, but if you constantly bought puts expiring like a year out or something, you would expect that to drag your returns.
Oh no, it will drag your
Yeah.
returns. That's what I'm saying. That's why I use the word sacrifice.
Yeah.
People sacrifice their long returns to have that insurance policy.
So basically,
do
I
have
wouldn't
to.
do it. Yeah.
Okay,
Is my
like
opinion.
for example, right? If you're insuring your house for a tornado, you hope there's not a tornado, but that's burning money in your pocket, right? Every month, you're let's say you're insuring it for a tornado tragedy, you're spending money every single month, right? That's lowering your net worth, is it not? Every single month.
Yeah, but I don't need to. But those are different examples, because if the stock market crashes tomorrow, that doesn't affect me really in terms of long term.
Okay, yeah, I see that. So maybe
It depends on your goals for investing, Nick.
Mhm.
If you're not retiring for 30 years, then you don't need insurance.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I actually agree with that point, Cole, because then there's no point, of course, but you can still. It's not really going to be worth it for most people, because most people are not going to execute that right. So then I'll say for most people, it's not worth it. Okay, so going through some questions, you ignore that one.
Oh God, what happened?
Well, we have a legit question with no attacking here, but Strongman CTS short position asking you about DraftKings. Address DraftKings for us. So I have to put that one up. I saw one about the stamps, and so I'm not going to print that up.
Is that a real pic of Jeremy? It looks like there was like a fat filter on it.
I don't know. I think it's a fat filter.
Yeah, I think questions like these tell me that you don't watch any of my videos, because I've said it in like 50 videos now that DraftKings, SoFi, Snapchat, etc. make up less than 5% of my portfolio. I've said that so many times.
Yeah,
So
Snapchat
it's
makes
your
up less
spec.
than 5% now.
Okay.
What they did before. I mean, I never really. These were speculative positions that I put money in that I was willing to lose. It's essentially gambling positions. Now I do still like the companies. That's why I haven't sold, but it's just gambling positions, especially DraftKings.
Does anyone ever read DraftKings as dicking? That's how I always read that ticker symbol.
I like DraftKings.
Now I won't be able to unsee that.
Well, how could you not have seen it?
Because I don't put an I before the other letters. But now I can't. Now I'm putting the two I's now between
you
the I.
have ruined it. You have ruined it, Cole.
Yeah, geez. So Fabio, do you think Meta has a chance to acquire a company with sport? I mean, of course. I think they're acquiring small companies all the time, left and right. By the way, I just don't keep track or make videos every time they buy a new company. But if you probably look up Facebook acquisitions, I just imagine that they are doing them. Then they do. Yes, they do have a war chest of cash. That's something that you are getting with that kind of company. But yes, BPR because okay, going through some questions. You guys see any questions? Again, shout it out, and I'll get to it. Because
Kevin says new investors should do real estate before index funds. Thoughts?
Did he actually say that? Which I'd actually say that no. Well, it would depend. Do you have opportunities available to you? Because maybe if the real estate is right, I would say that you can still be successful in life financially without engaging in index funds. Absolutely, you don't have to. It's a financial tool that exists. People do it through real estate. I saw it, Cole. Hold on. I know you. Yeah. Because despite super chats, we don't stop answering question entirely to get to the next super chat. It's not policy, but yeah, I'd say no. Maybe it depends on the scenario. And then you were told to become a millionaire from real estate. Well, easier said than done. I mean, if you can and you have the opportunity available to you, easier said than done, and absolutely pursue that opportunity, because maybe you are in an area that there are a lot of opportunities for real estate, or maybe you're not. Maybe you don't have what it takes to be successful in real estate. We got to be honest with ourselves about that. And then, the index funds are a passive form of investing. That's what they're designed to do. Okay, so what lab you? Well, that's wrong. That's actually strong. We can't. We're gonna get sued. That's trademarked.
It's actually not.
I'm joking. P. No. You see, I'm gonna have to do it. Users in timeout. All right, users in timeout. All right, so lab you 3 times leverage biotech index. Thank me later. I mean, okay, that is not financial advice to everyone. Everyone should definitely not do that just because that comment was put up there. But Gil Rodriguez, have you done sufficient research to look at the holdings as to why and understand the strategy that index is engaging in? And then if yes, absolutely engage in it. And I very much do believe, I hope you make a lot of money on it. I see more questions. By the way, if you add capital mindset, it makes it so much easier for my eyes to see your questions. So if you do that, I greatly appreciate it.
I like Derek Mallet. Oh yeah, you can do this one.
Yeah. At capital mindset, China's banks are refusing to give their customers their cash. What are your thoughts? Oh, I've talked about this in other live streams. I sent Strongman some information about, just to like go back and forth about it regarding how some banks in China are making it very difficult because there's political infighting going on, money moving in and out of China. They have capital restriction laws already in place. So that's an added risk that you have to take when you're investing in China, even with American companies doing business in China. That's why I say to you right now, if you haven't heard this before, if I'm investing in American business doing business in China, depending on the nature of said business, I prefer.
Hey, BP's back on an alt. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, sorry. I prefer to see the cash. Can you open that again? I prefer to see the cash in China and outside of China. Okay. So
MP has to be BP, right? I mean, he showed up right after he got. I don't know.
Both state.
So yes, I like the questions from Nick, and I like there's one from Derek.
Nick and Derek. Address.
Nick's was a little higher up.
Sorry, no. Nick's is Nick. Where's Nick?
He's
just say it out loud because I can't find it.
Okay, I think the market is going to go down until the Fed flips to help the market again. Is there a better strategy than just holding cash, waiting until prices are fair?
I found it. No, not going to be successful for most people. Timing the market's not going to be successful for most people. And I say most people because I say some of you might get lucky and get it right. But like most people shouldn't be doing that. You should just be buying assets that you find at fair values. Or when I say fair values, the technical terminology is assets that are applicable to you in the sense that you think the value is okay or good. And then that you really understand. That's why, again, Nicole, I'll echo back to echoes from echo back. Just reminded me your name. Dividend investors, sometimes their psychology gets it right. Okay. Because they're really good at dollar cost averaging. You have to give it to them.
Yeah.
When they're dividend chasers, like dividend yield chasers, that's when that's the bad side of them where they can make a lot of mistakes. But primarily I do see that.
Yeah, I wanted to say about that comment. I just wanted to point out that he said,
That's true.
I think the market is going to go down until the Fed flips. You thinking something is very different than knowing something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Echoes, how you doing, bud?
We're good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You look like you're on DoorDash on your phone or something. You getting hungry?
No, I'm just reading comments. We're good.
So this is a legit question for you, Fabio. The biotech sector has been hit on the hardest. Lots of volume came in recently. Remember when energy was dead and came back hard? Yes, it was. It's like, okay, but not all biotech is created equal. But I guess no, there definitely will be some names that are in there that are, values, of course. If you want to take a broad perspective, remember, but 3 times leverage. Do you need to take on leverage to be successful? No, but okay, you gotta, if you're getting to do 3 times leverage, you have to be very certain on this decision. Okay, otherwise it's gonna end pretty badly.
And you can't be certain. So
well, you can be. Let's say you personally believe really strongly that is going to be the case. Okay. Okay. So 50% index funds, 50% in large cap dividend growth, 30% in growth stocks, 5% in. Okay. I mean, I don't. Does anyone here? Do you two disagree with this allocation? Generic, right? It's not financial.
Well,
advice.
First thing I wanted to say was he said 50% index funds, but it sounded like The other things also sounded like index funds?
No. Like for example, large cap dividend growth. So like Microsoft could fit that category. J
Are
and
you
J.
talking about a specific stock in there and not?
No. Just like picking stocks in that category,
Mhm.
right? Because there's categories. How do you think they make those index funds? There's the category. So
No, I'm saying is he saying he's going to buy the large cap dividend growth index?
Good point. Good question. Good follow-up question. But no, just like pretend yes and no. Do you think this allocation is?
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with it because the 5% speculation is perfectly fine. If a speculation stock 10x's and it's, let's say all of it's in 5%, right? Or 1%. Let's keep the 1%. You have 5 speculative stocks, for example. Are you not going to feel that, right? It 10x's from 1%, all else being equal to 10%. You're going to feel that. But responsibly, if it goes to 0, it's also not going to ruin your retirement. So that's the kind of like the mental game you have to, consider with yourself. Easier said than done because some people's speculative stocks are not, or end up not being their speculative stock, and they plow a ton of money, Jeremy, into them, and $1 million, and yeah, you guys know.
Well, I was going to say the same thing about growth stocks too. It depends on what he means by growth stocks too, because if he means like small cap speculative growth stocks, it really depends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess by index fund he meant
like we think.
Yeah.
Then like the large cap proven ones, then sure.
Yeah.
I disagree with it. Just it's a minor. Your portfolio is not going to be ruined, but I'm super into simplification. So I think instead of why not just 95%, VTI or something, total US, and then 5% speculative? Why? What made you want to put 30% into such and such and 15% into such and such? Why not just have 95% all the same index and keep it simple?
Yeah.
If you have an actual reason for those percentages, and as I said, it's not going to ruin your returns, but I like things simple. So
well, let me say this then too. I think it depends on how much time you have to put into work to really research all these stocks. I think for the average person, buying an index fund makes more sense. But if you can really dedicate a pretty decent amount of time to really researching and learning about these stocks that you're investing in, then yeah. But in my personal opinion, well, I guess data kind of backs it up too. Very few people will beat the market, like very few. So you're really better off just buying the index.
And Andrew Marshall just said small cap growth stocks are fine if you know what you're doing, though, right? My biggest issue with that is people like Jeremy think they know what they're doing. So how do you know if you actually know what you're doing? It's Dunning-Kruger, basically. How do you know if you know what you're doing, or you're just an idiot who thinks they know what they're doing? Yeah. So that's why I would recommend against it.
All right. So more questions.
Fabio, do you own any indexes, or are you entirely individual? Because you seem like, I know you put a lot of time into
I was gonna say, he puts a lot of time into it. So yeah, if you're somebody like that where you put a crap ton of time reading stuff, like he actually does a lot of reading, which really is a lot of what investing is. You have to do a lot of reading.
Yeah, I don't hold any index funds presently. No. Doesn't mean
are you beating the market at all?
Yes.
Fuck face. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, especially this year. I'm still actually up slightly, which is beating the market because the market's having a bad year.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I guess like some people might say the financials really pushed a lot of my returns in the previous year, and followed up by energy. Energy pushed me up, and especially towards the tail end, because also I got helped out by BHP a little bit. Not really that much because BHP wasn't that big, but financials really were the biggest winners for me during that time period. You could have, well, arguably there were plenty of places. I just didn't have a lot of, I wouldn't go back and change this. I didn't have a lot of exposure to those speculative assets, which performed really well in the beginning. And then you know how that went. So the story is now played out. But that's just so far. And of course, that doesn't mean anything, like, and we're kind of getting back to that because I just want to be very careful. And argument from authority, I could outperform the market 10 years in a row. Doesn't mean I'm going to outperform in 11 years. 20 years. Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
And you shouldn't just say, what is Fabio saying? What is he saying? Buy this, buy it. No, you shouldn't do that. And that's why I say to everyone, I never want to manage money. Don't want to do it. Not for me. It, like for where I work right now, it's pressureless because I don't have to raise capital, right? There's no one to raise capital from. It's
Yeah, you
wherever
just have to raise mindset.
I have to raise mindset. Exactly. I have to raise mindset. So
That could be a slogan.
I admire people who do that because, well, some people who do that, because I'll say some of them are sleazeballs, but for the most part, I think it's very stressful. I wouldn't be able to really sleep at night doing that. So
Yeah, it is very stressful, especially since so many people are driven by emotion. I don't know how anybody could do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all may have gotten this recommended to y'all because it has like 1 million views and it's posted like 2 weeks ago. It's like a 1 minute Warren Buffett clip where they're just like, you say you have a very simple approach to investing. Well, how come people don't just mimic what you do? And he said because it's too simple. People don't want to just sit there and buy like one, because I don't remember exactly, but I think they try to not invest in more than like, or maybe this is way back then, but they try not to like buy more than 10 stocks a quarter or 10 stocks a year or something. Like they're not constantly getting in and out of the market constantly, which a lot of people try to do. So they're like, oh, the market's going down now, I need to sell. It's going back up, buy. So yeah, basically it's too simple and too unemotional that people can't copy it.
No, it really is. And like one thing, because we're on my channel now, so then I wanted to address this because I'm still due for one, so I'm going to do it because I already hinted that I really wanted to talk about some new positions, but I'm not going to talk about them here because it's going to be more answering questions and stuff and talking about general banter between three guys. But I am getting a lot more excited regarding the market, especially since I started to notice more and more people kind of seeing liquidity crunch, right? And I've been seeing some decent opportunities here and there that I'm getting excited for. Could they fall lower? Point is, I don't really generally care. I'm happy with the prices I'm getting some of these assets at. I actually have cleaned out some of the holdings I had. Like I'll just mention a couple. I promise, and we'll move on. Like I cleaned out Adobe because I didn't think it was going to fall lower anytime soon, and perhaps it's not really my most exciting investment. It needs to fall quite a bit, and so I just basically took a tiny little L. I took advantage that it kind of just basically came back up, and it was already such a small part of the portfolio. It wasn't meaningful. It wasn't sharing anything, and I'll still watch it. I don't really need the watcher position to watch it. If it falls to the price I like, I'll buy it. But just clean that out, clean a couple other positions out. There'll be a dedicated video to talk about that. Because now, for the purposes, and I spoke to you, Cole, briefly about it, but I created like a thing now to just document from now on to the end of time of Capital Mindset, all of the individual sales I do. And then they get accompanied by the video explaining the rationale, which is the only thing that's really important for the future self. Because whether it was a good one or a bad one, why it is that I changed my position. So that's now a new sheet on the public account. But yeah, that's it. That's all I'll say with that. And I'll go back to questions. Oh, we see Alibaba.
Alibaba.
Okay. Are you guys Alibaba bulls here?
I
think it's.
Yeah, I have a little bit of money in there. I mean, it's very risky at this point, but I think valuation wise, it's a cheap company. But I mean,
the earnings have definitely been falling.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, the last earnings report I looked at, it wasn't looking so good. I'm like, geez. So yeah, that's true.
Oh, I accidentally skipped over a question, and I apologize. But I'd say to answer this question, then going up to another question. True statement or not, value investors hype up Alibaba like growth investors do with Tesla. Okay. Yeah. It is notice on the YouTube stock index, Alibaba was not spared. I am not biased. Okay. Well, I am not. Would you consider me a Alibaba bull, you guys?
No. In fact, you said
probably,
you said if it was trading
not.
for Fabio said if it was trading for $1, he wouldn't buy it.
No, would not. Well, no. If I believe that at $1, there was sentiment that there would be someone willing to buy it off of me for more than $1, I would buy it. If I believe that. If I believe someone would come to me in a year from now and say, I'll buy it off of you for $2, I would buy it. Like, let me just tell you that. I don't think intrinsically, and I've held this statement for many years actually, but it documented on YouTube since at least August of last year. Well, since the very beginning of the channel, definitely wouldn't call myself a bull. In fact, in the YouTube library for Capital Mindset, you can see all the Alibaba videos going back to the first one, how I feel. So I don't really address it, but I made a vow not to talk about it until the stock is up, because it's easy to kick a stock while it's down. Babies are made by inserting biological tools into the other biological tools of the opposite sex.
Yeah, you're.
Can we please at some point get to Gil's comments, because he is just spewing nonsense.
We will, and you can tell me which one. So, a Capital Mindset. Hey, flush out the phenomena that the market and explain what money is. Okay, I don't know if you're referring to the comments I made on Jay Nagi's live stream, but no, I see money as a tool, a representation of value, representation of resources that individuals use to exchange goods and services between one another, and that's all I see money as, and that's it. If you want a more in-depth answer, rephrase the question a little bit. Which ones are you looking towards? Because I want to get, if you see one that you want.
Money is how we keep track of credits and debits between people in society.
Echoes, which one would you like me?
Any of them, dude. Just they're all.
It's you can start off at the top where he says index funds limit your potential profit. If you common sense, it's easy to beat the market. That's just 100% not true. Like, he's making it seem like beating the market is easy. And this is why when people like this get on me and call me an idiot or a con man, you just discredit yourself saying things like this. So it makes me like, okay, well, I don't feel as bad that you don't like me, because like you're saying crazy stuff like this. But you all are free to share your thoughts. But it's an absolute fact that even the professionals struggle beating the market. Now, you can have 1 or 2 good years, but over the long term, very few people beat the market. And so for you to say index funds limit your potential profit when you're compounding your gains and you're essentially avoiding taxes, as opposed to whatever you're doing, which I'm assuming is trading, it just doesn't make much sense, and it's just not true. It's not common sense and easy to beat the market. That's insanity.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
I'll bring it up. But also, common sense is just a simple thought experiment. If it was easy to beat the market, and let's say most people beat the market, well, by definition, obviously it's weighted by dollars, but if most people are beating the market, that would by definition raise the average market return, and then they wouldn't be beating the market anymore. So it can't have 100% of people beating the market, because they are the market.
Yep. Okay. Good point. There's just a lot of questions, so I'm going to skip over my point.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Michael Burry?
Because he said something even crazier. But go ahead.
All right, no. If you see them, I pull them out. So Michael Burry, I like him. Nothing like when I say I like a lot of people. I don't hate people.
You know who I like more than Michael Burry?
Who? Say it.
Every time I try to say something, I forget their names. Fucking Batman in the movies played Michael Burry. Christian Bale. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. So when I say like I like Michael Burry, it's like I have no animosity towards him. I don't know him as a person, but maybe he's a cool guy.
Yeah. When I say I like Michael Burry, what I mean is I like the scene in The Big Short. I like the scene in The Big Short where they go.
No.
Let me say the quote, Fabio.
No.
Where they go.
Capital Mindset. This is Capital Mindset.
This is not bad. It's just the scene when they're at. I think they're at Goldman Sachs. Like, Dr. Burry, we're prepared to share. We're prepared to sell you $5 billion in credit default swaps. And he's like, "Can we make it $100 million?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's big dick energy right there."
Me too, Julius. By the way. Oh, you said the D word. That is a banned word.
Oh,
we use biological tools on this channel.
Big biological tool.
There we go. Thank you. There we go. All right. So, okay. BP. These questions are okay. Okay, you can have these comments. Regardless, with that being said, do you agree that Disney's going to the gutter? I think BP is. Sorry, not BP. Oh my gosh, Freudian slip. I use that word incorrectly, by the way. But Disney is like Nintendo. Do you guys like Nintendo? Get ready for this.
I love Nintendo.
Yes.
You guys like Nintendo? Oh, okay.
What do
you guys are not going to like this comment.
What do you wait. Is the framing your question?
I love Nintendo as a company. I love Nintendo as a company.
I love Nintendo's products is what I meant.
Yeah. Do you like Nintendo's products, Echoes?
Yes.
You guys are gonna not like this comment I have.
God.
I am of the opinion. Okay, so now I'm in the minority. I already know. I already
Mario
see that.
overrated. Pokemon overrated.
No. That Nintendo is the kind of company that is so powerful in its branding that it can shaft its consumers over and over and over again.
Yeah,
They keep
absolutely.
coming back for more.
Yeah.
So I like companies like that because, for example, I think the newest Pokemon one, I sometimes keep track of the gamer circles. It was very disappointing. My wife says she likes Nintendo. Oh no. So I'm really in the minority
You're really
here.
outnumbered.
I know I'm outnumbered here, but so I heard that the Pokemon new game was like very disappointing and stuff. But I hear this quite often, like, and the Nintendo products usually underperform in terms of graphical power than
And
the
Pokemon sucked for like a decade. So.
well, but that's what I'm saying though. Like they can still do whatever they want and people will still buy it. So like Disney, I don't. They kind of ruined Star Wars for me personally, but
Oh, because they had a female main character.
no, because it lacked complete character.
No, they did ruin. I could talk about
objectively
this.
they
ruin
ruined
Star
it, Cole.
Wars. They did
Okay,
ruin it.
objectively they ruined it.
Yeah, they did ruin it.
We can weaponize light speed if we're getting down to it. And I'm now in blurry, so I just got to refocus that camera.
Michael Blurry.
So I think Disney's the kind of company that can do exactly that, and what Nintendo can do. They can shaft the consumer pretty hard for a long time, and I don't see the end and when the consumer rebels. It's pretty freaking crazy, I'd say. So Kenobi can basically do whatever, and I'll tell you right now, like Austin, he's not of the mindset where he likes generally that kind of message. I haven't seen the show, so I'm just taking your word for granted that it's true. And he absolutely is loving the show. I'm refusing to watch it because I don't like Star Wars anymore. So I just don't care to watch it. That's the sad part. But I'm not the average person. I have to not cloud my mind and think, everyone's thinking like me. The average person is going to watch Kenobi and it's going to be a hit or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Just like if they pumped out a new Star Wars tomorrow, I think episode 9, haven't seen anything after episode 7. People watched it. It made a lot of money. I think it made a lot of money, right?
Yeah, I mean, just like you, I disagreed with the part where they use their lightsaber to do gender reassignment surgery. I thought that part was weird.
Oh my god!
But besides that, the rest of it was cool.
But my thoughts are Disney is the type of company that can absolutely shaft the customer for a very long period of time, and the customer's going to be like, "Please, Daddy, I want more."
Yeah, because they have such great content and a bunch of great brands. I mean,
yeah,
they ruined Star Wars. I'm kind of in that boat. I mean, they've ruined Star Wars, but I still watch it.
You still watch it. That's what I'm saying. You're like
I acknowledge that normally when they come out with some type of Star Wars show, movie, it's going to be bad, but I still pay for it.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, I do that. I do that.
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt.
So I do not care for Star Wars anymore. If I said, I'm going to invest based on how I think and how I perceive the product, I would not engage in Disney anymore. But I know that is incorrect way of thinking. That's like going to the store and looking at Tattooed Chef and saying, in my store, it's all sold out. Therefore, I should buy it. You see, like I don't invest that way. I understand that when I look at the data, it does show that people are still willing to overlook those things. They can get very upset about the movie. They're going to watch the next movie. Then the Disney's still going to make that money, and they can do whatever they want, really. Which is I don't like it, but like, oh well. My opinion doesn't matter. Okay, so more questions of views, Chinese stocks. Okay, that's not addressed towards me. Capital mindset. See, this makes it easy for me to find. What about Joel Greenblatt's side? You're investing in small companies with good yields. Not to see if cap. Okay, no, but you'll get, the thing is finding those companies, but you should, in theory, get really good returns because you're starting off of a smaller base. If you find, let's say, I mean, obviously, if you find the company in its earlier phase of life, you're going to do much better than investing it in its later phase of life. Okay. Obviously, easier said than done, but that's the key to that statement. Easier said than done.
And I would like to say that anytime somebody, I haven't read the book, but generally whenever somebody comes up with like a formula, basically like buy this kind of company, typically once the data is available and everyone knows that, more people want to buy those kind of companies. They kind of bid it up, and it kind of self-defeats the. Do you get what I'm trying to say, Fabio? Like if everyone knows small value outperforms the market, people will bid up small value companies until they don't beat the market anymore. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's that's getting into efficient market hypothesis, right? Because some people misconstrued what efficient market hypothesis really states. But yeah, I'd say about that. So yeah, I'd agree with that. All right. Any questions you guys see that you want me to highlight? I'll say. So I'm going to answer this in a way that's not financial advice so I'm going to be very broad here. But generally speaking, common consensus, but I don't agree with this, and I'm going to explain why. So I'm going to say common consensus, then I'll say why I disagree with it. Common consensus is when you're younger, you should take on more risk. I say no, that's incorrect, depending on the context. So let's say you inherit $1 billion. I would then ask you to evaluate what are your probabilities of generating $1 billion in your lifetime. Okay, if you inherited that $1 billion, absolutely do not take on that risk. If you don't think, and you got to be honest with yourself, that you're going to generate $1 billion, you should go to immediately capital preservation strategy, and that's about it. And you got lucky. If you inherited any large form of money, right? Consider that within the context of your current situation. How likely or how difficult is it for you to regain that? Usually, if it's in any context of a 21-year-old college kid who inherited a lot of money, and let's say a lot of money is 100,000, tens of thousands of dollars. Please be prudent on that. We're not. And now the question is, you have $1,000 and you're about to start a job paying $60,000 to $100,000. That's that's a whole totally different scenario. That's usually who that's addressing to, because $1,000 lost to that scenario isn't as bad as, losing $1 million, right? At that exact same work scenario.
Yeah. If you were given like $1 billion, I mean, you could just put it all into treasuries at that point and you'd be just fine.
Precisely. Capital preservation strategy. You don't have to take on undue risk. There's no need for that. So I don't agree with that. And risk does not mean more success. Greater risk does not mean more success. And that's actually not true, technically speaking. Usually people like to say the mantra is higher risk, higher reward. It's not necessarily the case. All right. More comments. Okay. Is this do you still want me to bring up Echo's, these comments?
Yeah, sure.
I haven't seen anything else, but yeah, sure.
Well, no, I'm asking. I'm looking for questions. So, but I see there's more. Yeah. There's a statement. Capital markets very similar to beat the market. People don't like boring stocks, though. They fall. Grifters and hype. So, okay. Oh well, UNH. You held that stock. That's been really good, and AZO has also been pretty good. So. But I love UNH for a particular reason. I have actually a deep love for UNH. I have a conspiratorial thesis on UNH. I've never shared it, but it's conspiratorial in nature and probably way off the cuff and probably not interesting. Just kind of trying to sell it so you guys ask me, but
Yeah, I mean his evidence that it was easy to beat the market was that he's beating the market by 30% this year. It seemed like that was his evidence. I mean, you could flip a coin 100 times and get heads 100 times. Doesn't make it easy to do that. It's just you pick bets. You happen to go down what if your two holds were down more this year?
I'll scoop from that statement though, however, and say that a lot of why the average person does perform so poorly. So it's kind of not directly hitting the nail, but why JP Morgan's analysis shows that the average person does so poorly is usually typically psychology. The average person does not bode well with the volatility. And so they actually are more susceptible more often than not to sell and buy at the wrong times.
Yeah, that's why I bought Kevin's course on the psychology of money.
Yeah. And Steve, yes, I did. So when you ask me a direct question like that, I'll of course answer it. But yes, I did.
Fuck?
What?
Apparently I'm getting death threats, apparently.
Wait, where's the death threats? Those aren't allowed here.
It's a new...
what are you talking about?
Oh, hit list. That's not necessarily a death threat.
It means he has an assassin coming after me, but I guess it's not a death threat.
He's talking about when he makes his little YouTube channel, he's gonna start coming after me and you. That's basically what he's saying.
I don't know. I think that was a threat.
All right. Well, if it was a death threat, no death threats. Not even towards
Gil.
I don't want that.
Gil, were you threatening my life, or were you gonna make a YouTube video about me?
He's talking about YouTube, Cole. He's not.
Oh, let's find out. Yeah, he just said he's gonna destroy us. So it's about as deadly as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of just exposed that he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He just literally said beating the market is easy. So I mean, okay, do what you want to do. The funny part is we know how hard YouTube is. He doesn't. So he's probably going to make his little videos, get one view, get discouraged, and then he's going to like stop because he doesn't understand. YouTube is a real grind.
I can't tell if is he actually anti us because he's given Fabio like $25. So I think
No, he likes Fabio. He doesn't like us.
I'm very diplomatic, though. I
He's
think
come
I'm
on my
very
channel before. He's come on my channel before. He just doesn't like us, but he likes Fabio.
Look, you see, like the thing is, the only hater I have so far, and I use it sparingly, is BP. But BP said I did see your comment, BP, about having no animosity towards me. So we have no animosity towards each other. More like critique. Which, by the way, BP, remember the rule. Please refrain. It is not acceptable here to use any forms of attacks only towards me. You can say anything about me. Okay.
What would be a slur for a Venezuelan?
Oh, like my friends. Well, because I have Italian heritage, they sometimes use the frames. Oh gosh. Google. Do not get mad at me. Something referring to pasta. Usually.
Pasta
sometimes
eater,
the balls that go into that are made of meat. And certain residue that might secrete in the form of grease. So grease is often used as a terminology, all out of good fun.
Man, man, that's the weakest.
No, I'm being just light with it, but yeah, those will be some.
Is that because they put grease in their hair? What is that even from?
I don't know, man. But yeah,
once again, I just connect the dots. I'm telling you, BP is Mike because BP. What did he say earlier?
I think BP is just a super fanboy.
No, BP is Mike. I'm telling you.
It took me all the way down to the bottom, but I'm gonna go back up to where I'm gonna go back to where it was to answer the questions. So I know BP, I did address this. I'm not actually part of that cabal that you think of. Those are the Chavistas. No, my family was actually more victimized by the Chavistas. We left Venezuela when he took power because he actually made it fun fact about Chavez. He actually made it a pretty racial as well. And so it wasn't. I only found it ironic when you stated that, because if of course, I don't expect you to know the context of my familial history, but most of the people within my inner circle absolutely despise the Chavistas. We were more of the lines of the anti-Chavistas, even though
Fabio's grandfather owned a blood diamond mine.
No, definitely not. But yeah, this one, I saw that and I got dragged down here. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, this is what you guys were referring to. I got 2 new super chats and I'm going back up. I'm destroying you echoes from them now. Your YouTube career is over, bro. Okay.
It over before it got started.
Right. So, what YouTube career?
Going back up.
So what is the difference between Venezuela and Chile?
Come on, man. Those are 2 different places. Oh yeah, I know you're trolling. No, but Chile was what.
I couldn't actually tell you the difference.
Well, Chile went through kind of like the opposite with Pinochet, but they're going to go through Venezuela. Yeah. They're going to go through Venezuela as well soon, because it's going to rubber band effect. So they went so hard against that ideology that it is rubber banding, and then I think Chile is at greater risk of falling. Argentina already collapsed. I have debates with my wife about whether or not Brazil will collapse. Because again, the context of the political landscape in South America, you have the Chavistas in Venezuela and the anti-Chavistas. That just describes everyone else who isn't Chavista. And the Lula candidate who might actually win in Brazil.
What is this word you're saying? A Chavista?
What? Chavista. It's referring to the last name of Hugo Chavez. Yeah. So when you refer to someone who was very connected within the government, especially usually like if they're very wealthy and they're Chavista, which a list was actually released in Florida, by the way, among the Venezuelan community of all the families that were Chavista, which, by the way, BP, if you find that list, by the way, the name Di Lollo is not on it because it's where we weren't Chavistas. We were never supporters of the Chavista regime, or any Venezuelan regime. My family wasn't even political. One of my friends was. But
if you include J Noggy's stream, we just hit 5 hours.
That's absolutely ridiculous. No, not yet. We're about to.
Yeah, it's like 4.5 or something.
All right, so just going off of it, just needs falling off. Fabio, what is the background and not going to kill him?
Okay, all right. Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
No. If you see
Oh,
a
that
comment,
goes. Go at him.
Yeah, bring up Gil. Okay, Gil, let's have this debate.
Bring up this
let's,
fucker.
Let's have. I mean, I hate to do this on Fabio's channel, but you're really
no.
hard.
This is not like one when I'm dedicating it to a particular thing. If you see the title of this live stream, it's literally just called Capital Mindset Live. So, and we can talk about it.
Yeah,
We can talk
lazy.
about painting nails or watching.
Okay. Bring up. His
Didn't even
comment.
make a custom
one?
thumbnail for it.
No.
Okay, bring up his comment because I legit.
Which one? There's two.
Just the first one, the one that says I don't hate echoes. Because
Okay, there we go.
I have no issue with you, Gil. Like, if you want to make a channel, if you don't like me, I really don't care. I've said this so many times. My beef is with the grifters. So any civilian that has an issue with me, you're free to do that. So let's see. I don't hate echoes. Hate is a strong word. I don't hate anyone. I would prefer if he doesn't give bad advice or calling out for giving bad. Okay, what bad advice am I giving? Because again, I don't give advice, dude. I have a YouTube channel. I have a platform where I give my opinion on stocks. I don't give out advice. I don't know what you're talking about. You acting like I have a freaking Patreon, dude.
Yeah, you punk bitch.
Go ahead and go to the other camera. Go ahead and go to the other comment. Like,
okay, right here.
Let's settle this now so we can move on because you're really starting to just be a crybaby. It's
Also,
like,
spell advice right.
Echoes has an entertaining channel. I like watching him. Okay, dude, that is so weird because you're acting like you hate my guts. So that's weird that you like watching my channel. Matter of fact, I'm screenshotting this if Fabio allows it.
Oh, everything is allowed.
It's not really a screenshot.
I'm literally Switzerland. Okay, so everything is allowed.
I'm putting this in my hypocrite files. If he gives bad advice, I will call him out so he learns what good advice is. I don't know what you're talking about, so you're free to type and debate me, bro, because I don't give advice. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Stop saying advise.
Right, can't even spell. BP says, all of it, Echo, your opinion is garbage when it pertains to stocks. Okay. I mean, I mostly say to buy index funds anyway, so.
Oh, hey, capital mindset. No, Cole, refrain from that. Capital mindset. All right, so capital mindset. Do you think about calls on gun manufacturers after a mass shooting? These stocks seem legislation. No, it's a legit strategy, by the way. People engage in it.
Engage in what? Mass shootings?
No. They speculate that gun stocks go up during mass shootings.
It's true.
Yeah, I know.
People are trying to buy up guns before they get banned.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just referencing the comment. So I wouldn't say that something I'd be interested in doing, nor that the average person should consider like that. They're going to think of it as fun if you want to engage in it. That's as far as the value that I can provide on that commentary. Okay, going through because I'm not. By the way, if I accidentally skip your question again, just phrase it or put it in. I'm not doing it on purpose. Capital Mindset, what's your opinion on Roku, Twilio, Coinbase at current levels? Roku, I don't understand the company. Did a video on it. Oh, is that in the library? Well, you can check on the library, and if it's not in there, I have to put it because I know there's a video on Roku. So again, I did it by hand. So humans make mistakes. Some videos might not have made it into the library. So as I see that I did a video, I have to add it in. Roku, I don't understand the business, so I wouldn't buy it myself. Twilio, I like the business potential for the CDN network aspect of it. Content delivery network. Sorry for using the acronym without explaining it. I want to explain it first. And then Coinbase might be is there new comments? No,
Fabio, you just kind of you're bad at talking sometimes.
I know. No, it's because sometimes my brain and my mouth can't. They kind of
just like you didn't need to apologize. You're like, sorry for using the acronym.
It's actually out of habit because when I had my tutoring business, I would sometimes have to, and I would apologize to the student when I would say something, and then they'd be like, "Well, what is that?" And I'd say, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is what this means."
It's your channel now, so you don't gotta apologize to shit.
It's out of a habit, really.
I'm reading the book Atomic Habits actually, and he brought up
apologizing for everything.
Well, no, he said a school teacher went into dealt with kindergartners for like 20 years, and moved to a different company that stopped being a teacher. And when coworkers come out of the bathroom, she would go, "Did you remember to wash your hands?" Just have it.
Yeah, no, it happens because I did it for many years when I was in university and the tail end of high school. So it was a long time, and after all that time, you pick up some habits. It was really good. You really learn the most when you're teaching it. By the way, Just fun fact.
That's true. If you can't teach something, you don't know.
Do me a favor. I see what the issue is now. Get his latest comment, and then this will be the end of it, because I see why he's so mad now. So this is basically, you finally got into the meat and potatoes of why you're so mad at me. You think that because I have the opinion that the market will go lower, which is just my opinion, you think that I'm spreading FUD, and you think that people will be scared to buy stocks and they'll miss out on easy profit during this rally and come back. I think you're extremely misguided. My channel is nowhere big enough to spread FUD, and I make very clear in my videos that this is just my opinion, and people are free to do what they want. So I don't agree with the whole I'm spreading FUD and I'm making people miss out on earnings. What, with my 1,000 subscribers? Oh my God. Like, come on, dude. So that's the end of that. I am done with this debate. I think, Gil, what's happening is you are getting emotional over some of the things that I say on my channel, and you're taking it too literal. So I think what you should do is take the emotions out, and what you should say is, hey, Echoes thinks that the market's going to crash. I disagree, so I'm going to position my portfolio accordingly because I disagree with him. I don't think there's any reason to have an issue with me just because we disagree, Gil. And that's the last time I will address this, because I think you're just emotional. I really think that's what's happening here.
Okay. I just want to pluck my feathers here. I'm smart, so
what? What? Who the fuck says what? You want to pluck your feathers? Who the fuck says that?
They probably used the wrong one. Oh, and Kingdom of Finance, I didn't want to skip over yours. You didn't put at Capital Minds, but I know it's addressing to what I said. No, my wife doesn't think that. So my wife actually thinks Lula is going to lose and Bolsonaro is going to win, which would be, to the opinion, because it's heated, right? That would be a better outcome. And then BP apparently has the same thoughts. Brazil is not going to collapse because they have God Emperor Bolsonaro as their leader. So I wouldn't call him God Emperor, but like you have him or Lula, and Lula quite literally is best friends with, was best friends because he's deceased. Hugo Chavez.
Isn't he the one that said that
yes,
the central bank should lower rates to fight inflation?
Look, there's going to be things that if I actually look into it, probably going to absolutely cringe about Bolsonaro because he's probably still corrupt.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, in Brazil, at the very least, you make the argument that it's between two evils, and one of them is objectively in some ways worse than the other. So, like, I would take the previous more corrupt presidents of Venezuela over Hugo Chavez.
I would take any of the women in Brazil over Hugo Chavez.
Well, of course, you're changing the parameters of the thing. Okay, so this I saw. I forgot to actually address your previous comment, Adam Nash, but I saw it way above. How dominate index funds and most market weighted just by the nature of the index funds, the massive acceptance. Aren't large caps always going to be overpriced? No, you think so?
So what is he saying, that because so many people buy passively,
that it would
price is going to inflate? Yeah,
exactly. And no, not necessarily, because let's say even if this is true, and we can play devil's advocate, by the way, for saying it's not true or true, but let's say it's true. Well, then that also in acceptance with that theory as well, we have to also acknowledge that it should, in theory, lead to really rapid declines and great opportunities. Because in moments of panic, that same passive flow can passively flow out and sell everything regardless of fundamentals, right? So it wouldn't be a problem necessarily. And that's actually something that I tried to echo when I addressed that theory, which is actually has credence to it, by the way. But even if it is true, it's not a bad thing, right?
I'm pretty sure you've never used the word echo besides this stream when Echoes came on.
Yeah, no, it probably is happening that my eyes see with my peripheral vision echoes, and then I just like say the word echoes. Everywhere I say it. Look, I'm gonna echo this comment right over here. But yes. Going through it. Fabio is just vibing. I am just vibing. I always vibe. You guys come on the stream. You see how I got another one,
dude. You're at like $30 at this point.
All right, valid Echoes. You got me there.
And I just want to thank Gil real quick because Fabio has agreed to take all super chats and put it into my microphone fund for my
microphone fund. We're creating a microphone. No. We're gonna do a microphone portfolio fund where
Yeah.
you're going to have to generate $300
Yeah.
in profits and then use those profits to purchase. Otherwise, that's your motivation. Otherwise, you get.
All right. Well, I'm selling puts on Ally Bank.
Okay, selling. No, don't
I
do
am
it.
getting grilled in your comments, Fabio. This is insane.
Well, I
Can you pull up Mopey King?
Mopey King. Okay.
Echoes is like Meet Kevin, but without the viewers and money. Okay, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, I
You
think
are not
just-
going to insult me like that. We all know I strongly dislike Meet Kevin. I don't think I'm anything like Meet Kevin, to be honest. But if you'd like to elaborate and explain why, I'd love to hear that. But last time I checked, I don't have a stocks and psychology and money course. I don't have a Patreon or anything like that. I don't have any of the stuff that Kevin has. I don't know how you can compare me to him. I really don't.
I guess he kind of just meant like looks wise.
No, I look way better than me, Kevin, too. That's the only time I will be conceited when it comes to him. Chris says, I don't understand the hate on Echoes. Chris, let me tell you exactly where it comes from. I have a very controversial channel where I continuously hammer these what I believe to be grifters, and a lot of people who like them or follow their channel find me and they come after me and they critique me really hard. But that's really what it is, because before I started talking about other YouTubers, I never got any hate. I was actually similar to Fabio. I had like one hater. Everybody else was cool. And ever since I started talking about them, I started getting a ton of hate. Now, I do think some of the criticism is fair, and I've addressed that on my channel. Yes, I said DraftKings was a buy at $40. Guess what? I was wrong. And I've said this so many times. Like, I don't know what else people want from me besides to say that I was wrong. You know, like, I've been wrong before on a couple of things, and I definitely believe in accountability. And I don't think I've ever came off as the greatest investor ever. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to rant too much.
I have a question real quick, just about what it means to be wrong when it comes to a stock. So what's somebody throw a stock out there? Do we just want to use Apple as an example?
Let's
Okay,
use SoFi.
SoFi. Okay, we'll use SoFi as an example. These are completely made up numbers. Has nothing to do with actual SoFi. Let's say somebody says, "Hey, SoFi is at $20. I think it's a buy right now." It falls to $5. Over the next year, it falls to $5, and then over the next 5 years, it's at $100. So in 5 or 6 years, you 5x your money. So were you right about the stock, or were you wrong because it fell like 75% a year after you could have bought it much cheaper?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because yeah, things can be fickle in the short term.
Mm.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And there's another one.
Pull up. Okay, pull up Gil. This is proving my point of what I said. Gil said, I found you through Strongman Personal Finance.
Oh, this one.
Told you, a lot of people are finding us through him. That's why I said, I think the grifters watch our channels and they find us through Strongman too, because Strongman, a lot of people watch his channel. You can pull up Mopey. Now Mopey likes me. It's so funny how this stuff works. Mopey is right under that comment you just pulled up.
Oh,
What, you're just plucking your feathers?
Mopey says, damn, I bought DraftKings at 42. I just reversed my opinion on you. You're my spirit animal. So he goes from saying stuff about me, and now that he found out.
Well, he actually said something nice about you right here.
Okay,
What,
well,
the
there you
heart,
go.
man?
I appreciate that.
So, yeah.
Is
I'm catching.
All right, does
Hold on,
anybody
we
else
gotta
have
go back up
issues
to
so
these-
we can get this out the way? What'd you say?
I'll go. We'll let that gather more, and then I'm gonna go back to these questions up here.
Yeah, I was going to say that this question doesn't really apply to me because I don't really pick too many individual stocks. But has there ever been a stock? I guess mainly Fabio.
Who's the question? Who's the question? Where
Oh,
is it?
it's my question.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Has there ever been a stock you've looked at and you've been like, okay, I feel very confident this is going to have good returns, but I just morally I hate the company so much that I'm
Altria.
not going to buy it. Ultra, what do they do?
Cigarette company.
Gotcha.
I don't have any. Well, I'm saying if I had to pick one, I don't have any moral objections unless it like forces people to do stuff. So if, like, for example, human trafficking companies were publicly traded, I wouldn't purchase them off of moral reasons.
Wow, what a brave man! Give it a round of applause.
But I'll buy everything and anything under the sun unless you're telling me its customers are forced to buy its products, and it's actively harmful.
I would argue that cigarettes force their customers to buy it.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
I mean, you could
why do
argue
you
from the
think that?
perspective of addiction, but
Well, I would say it because I mean people like they like buy products like nicotine gum, specifically not smoke, and then they go to little conferences with other smokers, like, yeah, we're gonna stop smoking, and then like a week later they go and smoke anyway. So it doesn't really seem like that's a choice at that point if you're actively trying to stop and you can't help it.
We're getting into it where it's like, okay, yeah, there's the addiction element, which, by the way, there's some funny stuff about that regarding it, but
yeah, real funny. Yeah, lung cancer.
No.
You should
when
do
I say
stand up, Fabio.
funny, I use the word sparingly oftentimes. All right, let me keep going down through because I have to scroll back up and make sure because I try my best to not skip anyone. Would market crash? Money, advice number 2, big immune. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. When you have at capital mindset, it makes it so easy for me to see your comment, by the way. Yeah, you can pick some questions.
This guy's wife doesn't stop bothering him.
No, she's like, can I pick some questions? I'm like, yeah, go for it. If you find a question, have more eyes, the better. I can keep track of it. Capital mindset. What's your opinion on Airbnb? I like the company. It seems like it could scale really well, globally speaking. It should become very profitable. Should, in theory. However, moat becomes a question. Moat is probably more in the network effect. So if people think I'm going to put my property on Airbnb because Airbnb is where everyone's at, that is the moat that Airbnb can kind of benefit from. So it's my thought.
It's funny sometimes how we because I listen to obviously stock market investors, but I also listen to a lot of I don't go find them because they're angel investors, but I listen to a lot of angel investors. So it's just funny that Airbnb is just, every time I hear about Airbnb, it's about people who are like already made like 10,000x on the stock because they invested.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that the other day with like Tattooed Chef, like the fact that, like we say it's a terrible stock, but the fact that somebody made a company that's worth like $5 billion is
oh
insane.
yeah. Sam Galetti's rolling. I mean, he's rolling. Well, let's see if he can get some capital out of the company, but he's rolling because he's getting good salary, probably stock-based compensation, whatever it is. He's rolling. He's doing good.
I think Echoes just saw a comment just based on his face.
Every time,
No,
I know he saw a comment when he goes
we're done. I'm taking too much time of the channel. We're good.
No.
Keep going.
This live stream is not dedicated to anything. So I'll say one thing before we get into this. Again, like I said, because BP, to be fair, you asked me the same thing, which again, I think I've already answered your question about it. But if I haven't, of course, ask it again. Feel free, and then be specific again with it. Echo, what is your background that qualifies you to have a valid opinion about stocks, education, work, etc.?
I think you're saying the question a little wrong. What is your background that qualifies you to have a valid opinion? I think I can have a valid opinion. If you're saying what qualifies me to speak on stocks on my channel and why should people essentially listen to me, that's a different question. My background, I worked in politics. Oh,
no, I took it out, but because you already read the question.
Yeah, my bad. You're fine. My background, well, people already know my background. It was mostly working in politics, but I do have a little bit of financial experience. Like I did work at 2 different banks throughout my life at some times when politics and campaigns kind of slowed down. But if you're asking like, what are my exact qualifications? Like, am I an accountant? Am I a CPA or anything like that? No, I am a guy who has been pretty much doing this since 2017 and just kind of learned on my own. And if people feel like that makes me not qualified, that's fine. That's the great thing about America and the YouTube. You're free to watch or you're free to not watch. Like that. It's really that simple. Some people like my content. Some people don't, BP. But I hope that answers your question, sir. Uh-oh. He's on mute. You're on mute, Fabio.
Sorry, I muted myself because I was asking my wife something.
Yeah, I like him better that way.
Yeah, I told my wife she comes on the live stream, we instantly get 1,000 viewers, but she's not going to do that for me. But I'm baiting you. No, but in all seriousness, just in case to kind of follow up with that, remember, again, argument from authority on this. But in case you didn't hear my response or I wasn't clear enough, education-wise, I already discussed my educational background with 2 specific degrees, accounting and finance. Licensure, no licensure. Wall Street experience is in working for a bank or an investment firm like a hedge fund. None at all either. And will never claim to do so. And actually, well, I wouldn't say I don't desire. If someone offered me good. Where I do currently work, we do dabble in publicly held equities, private companies, and commercial real estate. So that's currently my current work experience. And then part of that includes publicly traded equities. Okay. And picking them out. Yep. You have a question? Okay. Show me the question you want. Oh, yes. Okay, so I shall address his question. So my wife has picked out a question because she said, "Good, we have multiple eyes." She says that he's
Probably
asked
about
the question
babies
multiple
or
times.
something.
What was the question specifically, sweetie?
Just
Oh, Citigroup. Okay, so we got a question from Citi. I can't see your.
Fabio, she can't hear me, right?
No, she can't hear you.
Okay, just start.
No, she can't hear you because she's watching the live stream. Be
Hold on.
careful.
Start calling her like every little nickname you can. Just every sentence. Be like, okay, cutie pie.
Okay, cutie pie.
Yeah, just start saying way too many nicknames.
Wait, let me go back to this
You're gonna
and
have fun, dude.
put that away. Okay, so yeah, Citigroup. I addressed it actually in the last live stream with Jay Nagy, but Citigroup will always trade cheaper on book value basis, so you got to be careful. It's not actually proper to actually utilize it and say, okay, well, it's trading below book value, therefore I should buy it. And looking at JP Morgan trading above book value and thinking that Citigroup should trade at the same amount. So you got to be careful with that. Painting broad brushstrokes on this canvas of investing is not a viable strategy. And I like to say, if you learn anything from Capital Mindset, remember the main lesson is investing is very nuanced, which is broad, and yes, it means like the way you evaluate a company changes by sector, changes even by company within the same sector. It can vary. Like I hope with banks, for example, we talked about it, for example, Cole, I'm going to quiz you. Ally Bank focuses on what kind of loans?
Auto loans.
There you go. Wells Fargo focuses on what kind of loans?
What the fuck?
Oh, come on. Mortgages.
Commercial.
Mortgages. Home
loans.
loans.
Yeah.
So you see how that alone changes the dynamic of how you have to evaluate them. And then different environments, one will do better than the other. Also, one of them is a primary dealer. The other one is not. So you have, it already kind of influences a little bit there. So all these things change.
Fabio, say, hey,
Bank of America. I'll do that.
Fabio, go, hey, my little blueberry cupcake. Can you bring me a water?
No. She's gonna hear that now. Cole, you're gonna, dude. My wife's a tall woman. She will.
You can't call her a blueberry muffin.
My blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
No, if I don't say it in a derogatory way, that's fine.
I didn't say this. What the fuck? I didn't say it derogatory.
That's what people call Brazilians, and it's a slur.
A blueberry?
Yeah, it's a slur in Brazil. Messing with you. Hey, you see what it's like on the other end of the troll? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So the only moron I see on the live right now.
The only moron not.
Oh, not. Sorry. You see, us Venezuelans, we can't read. Sorry, but doesn't understand companies with dividend policies. Doesn't understand. Well, I refrain from using that as he's not here at the present moment. Retail fund manager PH, but retail fund manager PH, I understand the context because I have a decently good memory, so I know that you're more of a dividend investor, and I guess you do appreciate when I do defend dividend stocks and dividend strategies. All right, so I guess you are a fan of the channel because of that. Now I do have that pushback with Strongman if we ever do discuss it, but of course, don't call him moron finance. Come on. That's really strong. All right. But everyone has differing opinions on dividends. Remember the context of his profession. He is a tax accountant. So he's actually looking at it from the tax perspective. And so coming from that perspective, you got to understand where someone's coming from. It's just a disagreement of opinions. Don't go that like far. Okay. Fluminense is the best team. If you have, I don't know if I have any Brazilian followers in the live stream right now.
Was it some kind of like weird?
No, it's a soccer team. Yeah, there you go. Constellation Brands. I love the company. Topicus, I actually don't know enough about it to comment, but Constellation Brands, love the company. Doesn't mean it's going to continue to perform the way it has, but that's a serial acquires software companies at a good price. It's a Canadian company, by the way. It's one of the Canadian gems. So yeah, like the company. Similar to Roper Technologies. There you go. I just gave you another one that's like them, but not exactly the same. Okay, so not as good. Roper Technologies is like worse version of it. I think they're bigger by market cap and they're Florida based. So, you know, and I saw a comment saying I'm a relaxed Florida man. Yes, I am. And I was out in the swamp, in the river earlier, the springs.
Since BP was asking earlier about Echo's like job experience and stuff, I do want to dunk on Echoes a bit. He was a campaign manager for Rod Blagojevich, so you know that's not too nice, you know.
Don't put that out there. Well, Rod Blagojevich was running, and when he freaking ran his campaign, I was in like middle school. Don't put that out there.
Okay.
I was in middle school at that time.
Oh, here's the Cowboy Lines of Florida man vibing. Where do you ever sell cash secured puts on equities with strikes at prices you like? Yes, I would do that. I would do that if, you know, all else being equal. Seems like a good way to use your dry powder. Yeah, I would say that's a viable strategy. But if you executed well, that's the key part. Just going through. Okay. Morality. No, I said that. No. I was actually defending Altria. I think you misheard me. But yeah, I was defending Altria. Was I not defending Altria, saying that, you know,
something's wrong with VP?
We were having a discussion why Cole was saying they're forcing the product.
You're right, but honestly, what he's saying is not even true.
No. I'm that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get Cole to back me up here. We just had a discussion.
Well, no,
I mean, defending it.
Yeah, I mean, I for years I was a Hulu kind of guy, and then I subscribed to Netflix, and all of a sudden I started being attracted to children. So yeah, I don't morally I don't support Netflix.
Flamingo sucks. My wife says to say. Did you tell me that Flamingo rocks or is amazing? Oh, sucks. Flamingo sucks. Yeah, Flamingo sucks. Someone says I'm a Flamingense or whatever the fuck. Sorry for the F word. F bomb. But yeah. So I don't know what I already answered the opinion on that.
This phone probably died, if I had to guess.
No. All right, so we shall continue this. And the other part about Netflix. I mean, Netflix, yeah, sure, they did that thing with the freaking cuties. Yeah, I know about that.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, like it was designed to say like a message.
Artsy.
I think it was in poor taste. I think that movie was in poor taste. But
I don't think it was part of a liberal conspiracy. That's my opinion on it.
Airbnb has $3 billion in free cash flow. You know, like I said, they're set to be. In theory, it should be very profitable. By the way, Echoes, if you can hear, if you come back, I'll of course let you on. I don't know if your phone.
Dude, I love about GameStop that like a year ago because they diluted their shares, which was good when they were like up like at $400. But yeah, they had like $2 billion in cash. And all the meltdowners were like, yeah, GameStop's got $2 billion in cash. They're gonna change the world. And now they're like, yeah, GameStop has $1 billion in cash, so they're gonna be bankrupt next year.
Yeah, there might be. I'll say, yeah, I wouldn't really touch that. Oh, someone answered the question right there. Boom, Stephen pays attention, or maybe already knew. And then also Julie Seeger was answering the question too. Oh my God. Gil, I'm not. What the heck with that comment about better than a wife? BP, that's a comment right there. That's a comment. I know a little about stocks.
According to some reports, Netflix is planning to go into live TV programming.
What? Uber? Oh,
what? How would
they're going? You know they're going.
How would that even work?
They're going to my wife now. Apparently.
What?
They're going my. Oh, BP, I did answer your question actually. Like. Cole, was I very specific and answered the question?
What question?
The question about what qualifies. It's always the question that's always asked. And I always respond that it's argument from authority. But then I just did because he asked for specifically where do I work? Even though other people have asked it in more good faith, so I do always answer it. And then I just like ignored the potential for a bad faith question.
Oh, guys, you got to have a big goodbye for Echoes. You can't come back on.
He can't come back on. All right, that's fine. My wife, they're actually adding my wife apparently. Uber.
We love Echoes from above. He's the best guest we've ever had.
So, Uber is apparently.
I want to sing.
We don't sing on this channel. That's the work of Satan.
Anyway, real quick, Echoes, if you're still in chat, If you, I would love for you to co-commentate some Pokemon with me someday. So if you're interested, hit me up. You can too, Fabio.
Look what Bacon said here. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Yeah. So, do you want me to come on? I don't know anything about Pokemon. I'll literally just be like, all right, teach me about Pokemon.
Well,
What's going on here?
that'd be stupid. But yeah, no, I guess we could. I was thinking you could be funny. It'd be funny. So basically, let me give you an example of how I'll play both of us.
What?
I'll play both of us. So
Okay,
this is how the stream would go. I go, oh, I just got my Squirtle. And then you would go like, I'd like to squirt my dick. And then I would be like, that Fabio, that's exactly what I wanted. That's very funny.
I don't even understand. Yeah, that's basically what it is. All right, baby, they're asking for a reveal. Even though you have come on, you don't want to not tonight?
Yeah, say hey baby cakes. You want to walk over real quick?
All right, she said next live stream.
Whoa.
Next live stream.
If we get to the $100 donation tier.
Oh, we're gonna grifter. All right.
Yeah.
Kaisa, you're only gonna show up if I get $1,000 super chat. And if you get $1,000 super chat,
actually, no, $1,000
right now.
So it's $100 to get her on, and then every magnitude past that determines the outfit. So like $1,000.
I was like, Cole, watch the words. Next live stream. Well, here's where she doesn't know, because this live stream was kind of like just a fun random live stream.
Yeah.
The next live stream is actually going to be pretty soon, as in maybe a day from now.
Yeah. And you said
she doesn't know you're signing up for that.
You said she doesn't know that because people from Brazil don't know anything.
They don't know time.
Yeah.
No concept of time.
Well, that's because they're in a different time zone. So they
completely different time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Now, who's the one who was saying I was Fluminense?
No, there's one guy who.
So that we have a Brazilian.
No, he's American.
Oh.
But he's been to Rio. So
Okay. Is this the one you were referencing? The thoughts on Uber? Because they're literally So thoughts on Uber.
I think Uber's garbage, and they have no path to ever be profitable.
I mean, I think that, for example, if you have any belief that there's going to be, full self-driving vehicles in the future, I'd be very scared to own Uber and Lyft. I think, doesn't Google own a piece of Lyft? No? Or am I thinking of the wrong one?
Oh, you're thinking of YouTube.
No, they own outright YouTube, but I think they owned a piece of Lyft for a while. They owned Waymo, but I think they owned a piece of Lyft for a bit. They definitely own a piece of whatever. They have this whole thing called Google Ventures, where they buy a bunch of shares of a bunch of companies that they think has potential.
Dude, maybe this is just bad, but at least because I've studied programming a bit. So whenever I picture like the big like FANG companies program, they always make it seem like it's like a wonderland. It's like, you go to Google and there's just infinite food and infinite drinks and you can play and there's beds, and they make it sound like a wonderland. Yeah.
Maybe it is a wonderland.
Yeah, actually look. In fact, I think that's a picture of the Google office right behind you.
Oh yeah. This is the Google. Well, no, it's my executive toilet. Remember that right there is the toilet room.
Didn't you say your wife is your executive toilet?
She's gonna hear that in a couple seconds. She's definitely gonna hear that in a couple. Oh,
super chat squeeze and
she just looked at me and said, "I'm your toilet?" Question mark. Like, you're questioning it. You have to answer. You have to question that for a second. You're my executive. You're trying to process it. All right. Well, she's processing that.
What is Candy Mountain?
I don't know.
They're saying Google's Candy
Cole
Mountain?
is on the hit list. Well, you're on the hit list, Cole. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's do it. She's gonna see that comment in a couple seconds. Look at the screen. Read the comment. Yeah, it's up. Read that. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
It was like 8-0, I think.
She was in Brazil in 2014 in Rio when that happened. How'd that feel? I remember watching that. All right, but my opinion on Uber basically is I'd be a little bit skeptical about it overall. So yeah, Fabio has so many rules. I have a lot of rules, I guess.
It's true, you do.
Uber, what were you about to say?
Oh, Gil says Uber is his largest holding.
Uber's your largest holding? Well, I mean, I don't know about that. Oh, but your average, look at that. $22. What is it now? You done well.
It's like $25.
Really?
It was at 40 at
Oh, it's at
some
oh
point.
yeah. No, I literally was not paying attention to the stock. I thought it was at 40 still. Yeah.
He's red.
Yeah. No. Um, Brazil keeps coming up. I'm not sure I joined late. I am Portuguese and the same, but we share the language. Any Brazilians in the chat? Oi, tudo bem? Well, como tá você?
That wasn't you made that up. That's not real lore words.
Those are real words.
What does it mean?
I said, "Hey, how you doing, Joel? Everything good?" So
I'm gonna need to fact check that.
yeah, no, that's Portuguese. I speak Portuguese.
Yeah, I have
I
a
have Portuguese.
I have a porch of geese.
We have a Portuguese,
I need to
and
get rid of
Joel, it's because my wife's Brazilian, so we've been talking a bit about Brazil here and there whenever we can.
Thoughts on Palantir?
Where's thoughts on Palantir? You see, this is why I need multiple eyes. And remember, at Capital Mindset, if you want me to see, what's with the Spanish? No, that was Portuguese. But thoughts on Palantir. So, bulk of my portfolio, but holding to. Well, I mean, look, it can pan out. I have a video on Palantir. Actually, you can take a look at it. But it's not. Well, actually, it's not. It needs to be up to date or updated. I have 2 videos on Palantir actually, but I think that there's potential involved with the business, but I think most people don't know what it even does, which is a problem. So you got to know exactly what it does. I know that there is an individual who does comment here and there who. What happened?
This guy mentioned that TV show I used to watch when I was little. The very last comment.
Oh, he did? Which one?
Pica-Pau Amarelo.
Oh,
I watched that when I was
well, maybe he's Brazilian. Yeah, maybe he's Brazilian. So apparently this is a show my wife used to watch.
Yeah, I've actually been working on my Venezuelan accent.
What? Don't. But yeah. Oh, thoughts on NLS? So Nautilus. You're familiar with Nautilus, Cole? It's not a trick question. When you look at me like it's like a trick question.
Let me Google this.
Yeah, just Google Nautilus and then come back and say But yeah, to kind of keep.
No, I just went. No, yeah, we use it at work. I was just making sure it was the same company. So I didn't realize it was publicly traded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
So
I guess.
I gotta to finish off that question about Palantir. I think most people don't really know what it even does, which is a problem. And I'd say that right now they don't have to worry too much about quote unquote competition. But if that company starts making money hand over fist, or not, like I just looked at the revenues, it was like $1.6 billion, right? Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft Azure, they're not going after that anytime soon. It's not really in their interest. It's a supplementary thing that kind of goes in there. I'd say that they're focused mainly on their core business because there's a lot more potential. But if something like Palantir ever addresses something very critical, that's very valuable, we measure that value by the revenue incurred, then I guarantee you those boys are going to be like just investing like crazy to compete. And then we'll see who wins out. Could win. What happened?
I officially have a co-commentator for my Pokemon streams.
Oh, okay, good.
But I was wondering, at Capital Mindset, what are your thoughts on thematic ETFs? They seem backwards. They're created after a huge run up in a theme. That's a good point.
Yes, you see, that's the problem. I would avoid them entirely. They're meant to be like trading instruments. So, let's say hypothetically, Cole believes that airlines are gonna go up because
round of stand-up comic Fabio. Airlines go up. That's cute, Fabio.
I didn't even mean that. Wow, I'm genius. Wow. But he thinks they're going to go up for whatever reason. He wants the thematic ETF. He buys it for that trade. He makes money on it. Someone else, I think it was Gil, was talking about another thematic ETF on biotech, right? So if you're really bullish on biotech, there you go.
A pun for this one, bud.
Yeah. No. But yeah, thoughts on NLS? I didn't answer that. What?
Oh, well, yeah, Nautilus, we use it at work, but I mean, it's, I don't know, we upload documents to it. Like, it's kind of the extent of it. It works. Yeah.
Whoa. No. Ticker symbol NLS. You're thinking of the wrong thing.
Oh, man.
I was like, because I know you work at a bank, and I was like, not going to question. I was like, oh, they might have a gym at the bank. Like, so,
oh yeah, well, there's this thing called Nautilus that we upload our documents to.
Dude,
so,
that is too freaking.
It says here that it makes fitness equipment.
That is too freaking funny.
Yeah. So, well, then in that case, I'm bearish on it because it's not. They stole the name from that other thing.
Well, Nautilus, a lot of those businesses, you got to be very careful. They might be, they're sometimes valley traps. My original video on NLS, I recommend you go check it out. I kind of talk about being a valley trap.
What? It's like 90 minutes long.
No, I think that was a shorter video. And people were bullish on Nautilus because of the cash pile was really high. And I was like, well, you got to be careful with that because, you know, reasons of inventory. Someone read too much into it, and I kept getting a comment back and forth between this one guy who, you know, I don't know why I was spending time out of it to respond to him because he kept on arguing back and forth about the inventory comment and the cash pile. And I said, like, look, the reason why I kept mentioning the cash pile is because the original request came with that context that's saying, look how much cash they have. So I took that into the context of the analysis. I said, you know, they have all this cash. They're going to have to turn it into inventory. And that cash isn't going to be your bullish point anymore. All right. So now the story might have changed because now I know it's remarkably cheaper than when the original video was made. So you might have been getting it at a better price. But I'd have to look at it again before I do that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Fabio.
Yeah. Well,
have you ever bought a castle stock?
Castle stock?
Yeah. Like castles, like the buildings.
No, like a stock, you can do that? Where?
Yeah, they have a huge moat. Classic.
That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
That was good. A couple more questions. Yeah, Jets, that's a thematic ETF. So yeah, thematic ETFs are only good for utilizing them in trades of sorts. Lyft actually makes money. Well, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Lyft is garbage compared to Uber. I mean, Uber is a staple name. People say, "Oh, I'm going to Uber there. I'm going to Uber there." You know, some people might say that.
Yeah, they say that when they refer to using the app Uber.
Yeah. No, even like when I say I'm gonna.
No, because no. I'm sorry. You're saying somebody will flag a regular taxi and call it Ubering?
No.
So what are you saying?
So no, like people will say like I'm going to Uber downtown. They might take a Lyft. They use the word Uber.
Real. That's not real.
Yeah. No. Well, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not gonna die in that hill. I'm not gonna die in that hill. I could be completely wrong.
I only say that because I got into an argument with somebody the other day. They claim that people, when they take a normal taxi, they call it Ubering, and I was like, no, they definitely don't.
Well, yeah. I don't say they call taxis. They just use the vernacular. But I'm not gonna die on the hill if that's the case. I'm wrong there. Okay, so when is the course? So our Andrew Austin's referring to the course that's the pay what you want course, and I'm working on it here and there
free
when I can't. No, it is free. You know,
no, just pay what you want implies there's guilt if you don't pay for it.
No, not at all. You can, how you can, because I'm in the first video, I actually say like if you really just want to pay this way, just watch it with the ads and to just like interact with the ads and then just do that because that's fine.
You should make it free, dude.
It is free.
You said it's pay what you want.
Yeah, because some people would maybe want to pay, so it's pay what you want. And I say implicitly that you can just watch the ad. Not implicitly, explicitly. Actually,
you're guilting. You're guilting people.
Okay. Would you prefer me to call it just a free course?
Yeah. Basically.
Okay. I'm gonna call it a free course then. That way, there's no guilting. Yeah, fair enough. All right,
guys, we've defeated another grifter. We did it.
We defeated the grifter. So, yeah, that's working here and there because if I'm trying to go for quality, because I looked at Sven Carlin's as like reference, but he gets too much in like meta concepts. I'm gonna refrain from doing that. So
yeah, I don't like Facebook either.
I'm going to do 3 separate variations of it. So the last one I'll ever do is accounting. So I'll do accounting last because it has the least amount of interest, but I'll put it in there and it would be kind of like a breakdown of that one will probably be the hardest to make. So actually, let me retract that and say no promises on that one being made anytime soon, because especially if my life gets extremely busy, it'll be just very draining. So humanly possible, what is in the works is right now finance number 1.
Nice.
And it's going to be covering various finance topics, basically in the order of how someone would go through undergrad, but sped up, right? And then there will be a personal finance one, which is just going to be covering like the principles of like credit card and stuff. And because it's kind of ridiculous that, there's people, that one I think is weird that there's like charging for that, right? Because it's really basic stuff that you're just aggregating information for. So there are some courses that are like personal finance courses. It's just ridiculous, like how to manage like credit card debt and all that stuff.
Okay, I thought you were saying it's weird to charge for credit cards. That's how.
No. That's normal. No, that's normal. But yeah, like I think that's kind of weird because all they do is aggregate information, and it's not going to be like anything new. It's just going to be aggregated. But that's going to be secondary priority. Number 1 priority is finance, and it's going to be following like a template of what you would normally learn at a university, except just kind of course, sped up because I'm not going to make it so that you have to.
Yeah, you said this is better than going to Harvard or Yale, right?
No, it's not. It's not because, for example, one thing you don't get is I'm not going to be there to answer questions back and forth one-on-one. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
It's not humanly possible. It's going to be video content where you follow along, do problems with me alongside me, and then we solve some mathematical problems. It gets you go with the concepts. You can rewatch it over and over and over again. I will try my best using my experience as a tutor to be a good teacher as much as I can be and make sure I can cover topics, extensively enough where someone could easily understand it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, Fabio, for me, girls are like savings accounts.
Okay.
Yeah, very low interest.
Oh my God. On your end, like you're not interested in them?
No, receiving. I get very, very little interest.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Same thing when you're married. No, okay. Okay, so
I just had a flashback. I'm probably gonna have nightmares about it when you started laughing at me because you thought Echoes called me Baconator.
Yeah, no, because you asked a question.
I said something, and he was like,
and then he said, "Thanks, Baconator," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Dang, man." You're working on a course, Fabio. Interesting that everything Mike Stath has said on the Strongman video about him and you is becoming
He's got
true.
you there. He's got you there.
Yeah, he's totally got me there.
Yeah, you're trying to guilt people into paying for it.
Well, because like if they wanted to, they so wanted to, they could, and it is ads, so I'm getting compensated in that degree, and I think it can be successful with ad based simply. Like if someone doesn't want to pay and they just want to pay by just watching the ad and engaging with it, that's completely.
You know what I charge for my course?
Oh God. Oh God. So, but like BP, what was specifically was said? Because I encourage that. And the thing is, like, look, if you don't want me to start attacking Mike, but I won't do it. Okay, I won't stoop there. But Mike, there are some things that can be said. There are some things that can be said, and I'll take it like the entertainment that you are not Mike. Okay, but Mike, just so you know, if you. Yeah. My wife's like, don't engage in drama. So
look, Uber owns so much of the market because they're losing money hand over fist.
Yeah, maybe. That could be true. They're burning cash. All right. Should I start saying something? I shouldn't say it because he opened himself up here.
We get it. You don't like homeless people.
Yes. 100%. 100% love them. Yeah. I'll state by. Should I address this one comment? Because I
think what you should do, Fabio, is just tell me at what portfolio size, and maybe you already do. At what portfolio size would you buy a physical piece of real estate? It's not like a REIT or anything, but buy an actual like property to rent.
Oh, okay. That's a good question. No, it depends.
Do you see that as diversification?
Yeah. It can be. Yeah. What are you using this property for? Living in it or renting it?
No. Yeah, basically, would you ever like if you got to like, let's say, you have a huge stock portfolio and you're like, oh, I want to switch things up or I want to diversify away from stocks a bit. maybe I'll go buy it. Would you ever see yourself owning a rental property to basically just rent it to people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
But
You
like
don't
the thing is,
you don't currently have one.
yeah, I do.
Oh, you do have rental properties?
Yeah.
Gee, this guy over here.
My wife and I were gonna buy. Well, we're gonna buy another house soon, right?
This guy.
We'll see.
This guy.
Okay, don't worry. It's a little longer. Just a little longer. Just squeeze through.
Okay, so let's say I'm not Fabio then. Let's say when would you recommend somebody? Because I assume starting off, like let's say I only have $1,000, you'd be like, oh yeah, go in equities probably. You can't buy a house with $1,000.
No. You okay? So well, you're currently in a renting situation, right?
Yeah.
All right. So first, are you saving money?
Oh, forget me. But you're overcomplicating this. Okay, look, somebody owns a house. They still have a mortgage on it. They have a mortgage on it, but they have their own house. They have $1 million in their portfolios, stocks. When would you be like, oh, you should look into rental properties?
Oh no, like if you're telling me the person already has $1 million and they could start looking, but the thing is you got to find one that makes sense. So like, okay, let's assume in this scenario you find one that makes sense. The returns make sense. Let's say you are right about it all. Then yeah, you go for it. Why not? You have $1 million and let's say there are no massively compelling opportunities in the equity markets at the present moment in time. That you're like just drooling for. You're just like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Because the thing with real estate is you can take on leverage, and the leverage when you have leverage returns, you can make a lot of money. And the thing about real estate and leverage returns is you can have a fixed rate of interest on it, where with stocks you couldn't really do that. Well, you could.
You can get leverage on futures.
Well, no, but you can't have a fixed interest 30-year loan to buy stocks unless you are leveraging up against an asset like real estate. Like you could, okay, someone's like saying I have a lot of real estate. I leverage with using real estate as my collateral on a fixed rate, and I get that cash and I invest in equities. Sure, yeah, you can do that, right? But yeah.
So you're saying real estate is. I'm 21 years old and I've been handed $1 million inheritance. Should I buy real estate or stocks? I have no other wealth.
Probably mostly. Geez, yeah. What jurisdiction? Where do you live? What geography? What are we in a housing boom?
Venezuela under Chavez.
Oh, no, don't buy real estate. Yeah, I wouldn't buy real estate because real estate is also exposed to political risk more extensively than even stocks, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so you got to think of it like that too, because you can't move the house, right? Or you can't move the property. If the government around in that area is screwed and messed up, you can't move the house away, so it's lost.
You know what you should do, Fabio? You should buy a little hot dog cart. Go out on little sidewalks. Move around. Yeah, just sell hot dogs.
Yeah,
that would probably de-stress you more than your little jet ski thing. Seeing the smiling faces on kids as they get a nice bag of chips.
Oh my god, they get a little hot dog. No, yeah. That'd be funny. Good on the nose joke there, but
wait, what? Did I make a joke?
You did with the hot dogs and
what?
All right, yeah, with the kids and the hot dogs, right? Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird, Cole.
I was just picturing like it'd be fun to sell hot dogs.
Okay. All right. So
there's a lot of arguments going on in chat.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to address one thing. I'm going to close it off with this one.
Nice.
I'll have you hear your thoughts on it. But it was where is it? This one. I don't know if he hears anything I say.
Yeah.
Because first there was the Altria thing where he says I was attacking Altria. Okay, what are your thoughts on this? And I'll just say my last thoughts. And
Well,
then
look,
I'll
I will
close.
say that very seriously, as I say, power corrupts. So, I mean, it could be one of us. Maybe we hit like 100,000 subscribers, and then you're looking at it like, oh, if I sell a course, I could make like $1 million. Maybe somebody changes. Maybe they're corrupted by the power. So, I don't know. Maybe one of us will turn into the bad guy, but I certainly hope not. And I don't think you're the bad guy right now.
And I would say that again, if you listen to what I said, it is a free course. And if you actually watch the video where I announced the free course, which by the way was out of requests that it was even actually going to be designed, because I'm going out of my way to make this thing. But yeah, just a close comment. BP, you have to listen to what the person says. Now, if I create and design this course, and again, if the intention of the course is particularly to take away business from those who sell a course and just aggregate information and have no idea what it is they're talking about, and then I charge a ridiculous arm and a leg for it, you have a point. But the thing is, you don't. And by the way, I'll say some final things. Stathis has some interesting historical stuff under the hood. Okay. Again, I'm going to assume
that's funny. That's funny.
what? Because I'm not. You want me to say it or?
No, you're the master of unintentional puns, apparently.
Yeah, I'm probably the best at unintentional puns.
Yeah.
But there's, yeah.
For those of y'all that didn't get it, he talked about Stathis' history under the hood, like a KKK hood. Very funny. Yeah.
No, that was completely unintentional.
Yeah.
That was completely unintentional. But yeah, kind of just closing it off with that comment. There's a lot to be said about that individual. That individual doesn't even allow me to speak on the channel. So goes to show you that he wouldn't even want to have a discussion with me.
Yeah, you should stop. You spend a lot of time on this BP guy, and it's
No.
really
Yeah,
not...
I'm starting to say I completely agree, because now I'm saying that I'm seeing, by the way, and you're right. I'm saying you're right, Cole, that it's
not
the comments are in bad
conversation.
faith at this point. They're starting to become in bad faith. So I have to address it and acknowledge that it's in bad faith. So BP, unfortunately, this will probably be potentially this is the end of our quote unquote relationship, because you have to have valid points. Okay, if it's in bad faith, you can keep saying what you're saying, but it's not in good faith. Okay, so any other final minute questions?
Yeah, we got 51 people watching, and I'm 4 subs from 600. So make it happen, guys.
Okay, guys, sub to investing with Cole, index investing with Cole.
I put out 1 video a week.
Yeah, don't worry, Echoes. I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it now because yeah, you guys are right. So in the next live streams, I will not be addressing the individual anymore. The individual is kind of actually, I guess, in a lot of ways, gotten tiring.
Yeah. Bobby, how much sleep do you get on the average day?
Well, now I'm kind of recharged, because this past week, not much, but now I'm being kind of out and about. And so kind of recharged, went and experienced nature today. Sounds cringe, but yeah.
I swear, have you ever, I swear you text about Mike Stathis at like 3 a.m.
That is not true. You see, you do.
No, I genuinely thought I remembered you being like, yeah, I was watching Mike at like 2 a.m. while I was working.
Oh, yeah. No. That night, yeah, I was, because he had like a 5-hour thing. Well, because I generally was like, me and my friend group, like I told you, we were like a good portion of his viewers.
When do you sleep is my question, though. Forget the Mike Stathis part.
Depends on the day. Depends on what it is that I'm doing.
Dude, I need to send you a Joe Rogan podcast.
I'd actually listen to Joe Rogan while I work. If it's too interesting, though, I might get too distracted. It has to be someone that's
sleep,
like,
so.
Oh, it's about sleep. Well, right now I'm not even in a position, and especially my next employer. My next employer is going to run me to the ground, by the way.
What is it? Some kind of
no, it's just
what's a company that involves running and grow? Was it a track company?
It is a track company. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm getting questions about GPN. There'll be a video on it. But yeah. Oh yeah, Julius Caesar knows who. He keeps hinting at it. Julius Caesar knows who. And I it's
you got hired by Circle K.
Circle K. That's
Yeah.
that's them. Circle K. But there's a specific team that I'm joining within the firm, and not Circle K obviously, but yeah, which is why I say like whatever. But that one's going to run me into the ground potentially, and sleep will be a side thing, I guess, a side hobby that I pursue.
I swore you told me you wanted to work at Circle K because you were inspired by Jeremy being a manager at that place.
Yeah. So I figured I can become a better investor if I follow in those tracks.
Because you can just watch to see what drinks people are buying the most of.
Yeah. No, that's true. So with some other stuff about this, yeah, GPN, I'm going to be talking about it in probably the next one, because this one's just a fun live stream, and I'll talk about GPN because you guys probably already noticed it. But yes. And Coinbase, I think I talked about Coinbase. So Coinbase is an interesting company. The only thing is you have to really believe in Bitcoin longer term, that there'll always be a market for it and that they'll go back and forth.
And
but, yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. So any other questions? If not, then we're going to close the stream and I'm going to go eat. Because we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes, Cole. We basically did 6 hours.
It's true. We're wild.
How does that feel?
Wild, man.
How does that feel?
I don't know. It feels like I wasted my life.
Yeah. I know. Well, confuse some of these taxable income. Another video, because I don't want to go too much into stuff like that. But ask me again in another one.
Yeah. Now I have to reveal my dark secret.
What's your dark secret?
Okay, so you remember the first 2 hours of the J Nagi stream where somebody was like, "Is Cole's mic broken? He's not talking." Yeah, I was playing Age of Empires that whole time. I was already halfway through a game when we had to call, so I was like, I can just play it while.
Hey, do the noise, do the roar.
Like roar or roo?
Roo. There you go. You got a sub there. What was the previous interview? Okay, so it was on Jay Nagi's channel. So because Capital Mindset, Strongman, he's had a child. He did that thing that humans do occasionally, and they just spawn organisms. And
yeah,
so
maybe some humans.
Some humans, yeah. Not all humans, but some humans.
Yeah, never had someone agree to do that.
I thought of a terrible joke.
You're awful.
It's awful. Could there be a video on holding companies like Prosus have massive net income, negative free cash flows? It's confusing. Yeah, there can be a video on holding companies. They'll always trade below the net asset value, just so you understand. Yeah, so marathon streaming. All right, guys. So basically, I'm going to close it off here. But yeah, good questions overall. Interesting drama earlier. Okay,
I do need you and Chad to help me with this. Now the Domino's Pizza that's a quarter mile from my apartment is open until 1 a.m.
Do it.
Should I really? Okay. Well, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, it's pizza.
Okay, I guess I'll get it. It's Saturday night. It's a 3-day weekend.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay.
Strongman is a spawner. That's where we'll close out. Strongman is a spawner.
A coomer, that's some call them.
I think a lot of people are happy that I'm no longer going to be addressing that individual because I see this.
You sure there's a
there's a what?
Mind, dude. Yeah. Never
there's
mind.
There's someone behind me.
Yeah. You should totally. You could probably. I'm sure you could do that, right? To have you click a hotkey and somebody will start walking down your green screen.
I could have dude, if there was something walking behind me, I'd be absolutely terrified because I'd be like, I do not have this is haunted.
It should be the girl. What would you do if it was the girl from The Ring?
Yeah, I'd be like, all right, death is
You would throw away your green screen, right?
Yeah. Sorry, what, babe?
Echo said Cole go live.
Oh, that would be hilarious because
but it's just me.
yeah, and then just eat the pizza. And then Cole's we just keep it going.
Yeah.
No, that'd be
I'll
be funny.
I'll wait until Jay wakes back up and he starts streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will look, guys. If I get 20 people to buy my course, I will do a 24-hour live stream.
All right. I'm gonna close it up here because my wife has a point. It's been 6 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours. If it was like 2 hours, 1
Yeah,
hour.
for the last 6 hours, you've been giving your wife what my bank gives me. Very little
Zero
interest.
Yeah, very little interest.
All
All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, I might be doing the live stream tomorrow, in which case that I will be discussing the changes and you guys can ask questions. That's what the point of it will be, because I think that's fair. Think of it like, I don't know. Yeah, just like a change call. So it allows everyone to kind of interact and engage. If you guys want to join for that. On that note, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Oh, say bye to Cole. And if you're not subscribed to Cole, go ahead and subscribe to Cole. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.